Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Comicsgate Commandos, number 69. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, number 69. We reached it. We got there. Everybody thought we couldn't do it, but we did it anyway. Wow, this is really going to be it's going to be a climactic, you could say, Comicsgate Commandos. It's going to be mutually pleasing to both the chat and us on the panel for this evening. So welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. It's funny, literally right before I started this stream, I was closing the door because I stream in my bedroom. Yes, yeah, make fun of me all you want. I stream in my bedroom, and as I was closing the door, one of my birds, Spooky, who doesn't really like me that much, he zoomed in here and he started flying around frantically, and then he got wedged behind that bookcase there. He literally fell down and got wedged behind the bookcase, and he was just sitting there. And I'm like, hey man, he doesn't like being touched, so I had to so he's still in the room, and then Petunia flew in. So now two of my birds are in the room with us. So if they make noise, don't worry. I'm going to get them out in a little bit, but I wanted to start the show and get us rolling here. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let me bring on my co-hosts for this evening. As always, I'm actually kind of surprised to see him today, but it's Colonel Carbon Hart. What's up, Carbon?
Yes, sir. We're back.
I thought you were going to be out on vacation this week.
Well, it was going to be a work trip, but it got canceled as a remote conference meeting. Very exciting stuff, but all in all, I was going to make sure I could make it. So,
okay, good. Well, I'm glad you're here, as I really am. Thank you for being here.
We made it to 69. We've achieved 69, and it's going to be very pleasurable.
There's no joke there. No lie detected. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Frederick Guman. What's up, Frederick?
Hey, how's it going, Commandos? It is episode 69, and I am so thrilled to see that our guest is not Brittany tonight. I am relieved beyond belief, and I'm happy to be here with you guys to celebrate.
Actually, I have some update on the Brittany stuff, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Ladies and gentlemen, let me bring on my third co-host for this evening. He's quickly becoming a regular here. It is, and actually the person who's most in a position, position, to be speaking about 69. It is Young Clippa, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Patrick. You know what one stone could do to your whole day, bro? You got two birds in your room, dog. You're in danger.
I didn't get it at first, and now, okay, that was a good one. How you doing, man?
Doing good. How's it going, everybody? 69 episodes. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is. Now, technically, I think the first 8 or 9 were on Johnny's channel. So this is the 69th Commandos episode, but not the 69th episode where I've hosted Commandos. But it doesn't matter. It's still fun.
Oh, it looks like I'm stuck as a puppet again.
What happened? Did Mint fuck up your colors? Is that what happened there?
No, I spent hours trying to set up the perfect black and white Kino shot for you guys, and
Kino.
The camera keeps turning off and on because it's a DSLR that I think is incorrectly connected.
The DSLR.
But yeah, like a poor person handheld camera.
Okay, right.
Like a Canon. Not like a good one. Not a.
You weren't going for an early '90s gangster rap music video. Kind of like a Marky Mark black and white music video.
Oh, no, more like the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, because it's trending right now. Vito went on Katie Did's channel last night doing the same thing, black and white. I was like, are you impersonating Razor Fist now?
Oh, now be honest, Riley. Is this like a feeble attempt to make fun of Vito? Is that what this is?
No, if I had known that, I wouldn't have even done the black and white. Now I'm glad that there's just a puppet talking to you guys. Because Vito will never understand comedy, so he'll never.
Oh, damn. He can be fun. Oh, come on. He's got some really stupid opinions sometimes, but he can be.
He said he doesn't get Looney Tunes.
And Vito is funny. I just don't know if it's intentional.
Right. There you go. You get it.
Yeah, I enjoy it when he's being made fun of. It's funny when people are insulting him. Otherwise, I don't really care.
Or just when you just observe him being himself in the wild. I've seen him on the Vegas streets on the way to something we had to do. He comes in late. He tells us, he regales us with the story of what took him so long. He stopped on the side of the road to help some ethnic man sell signage, like Las Vegas signage, or to transport it for sale or something. And he got like $25 for like an hour of labor in the Nevada heat. Like, it's like I wouldn't have done it, if I was in town, show or dinner or something. I don't remember the context. It was a Heckamania weekend last year, not this year.
Gotcha.
Watching Vito is very funny. He just does stuff that normal people wouldn't do, like a sitcom character. He's a real George.
Yeah, he really is. Yeah. And honestly, if he did anti-Vito, he'd probably get married within like a year.
He just pretended to not be himself.
Right. He just did everything the opposite of the way he's been doing it.
Get a law degree.
Yeah.
Rocket to the heights of law too. Replace even Nick Rekieta's heights.
Get his comic book out.
I think
Nick
will probably always be higher than Vito.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. He's good at doing concerta. So don't knock the guy's ability to get high.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Let me bring on. We have actually two special guests for this evening. One special guest is coming back because last stream, as many of you may know, was taken down. My initial reaction was because at the time it was pretty much just John Malin's stream. I think. First of all, are the birds too loud for you guys right now?
No, that's a vibe.
Okay.
It's tolerable.
It's relaxing.
More
it's kind of an ASMR. You should add the ASMR tag now to our.
Frederick, could we get a bird in your house too?
I've got 2 cats here. That's the best I can do. It's the best I can do.
Looking, I've got a beautiful painting of Our Lady of Fatima, and my bird is sitting on top of it, and I just don't want her to
I
poop
think
on
you
it.
should send your cats over to Patrick's place so that they can get rid of the birds.
We just need a bird camera. A bird camera, bird mic.
I should attach one to one of them.
Like a bird show.
That'd be funny. Okay, I got distracted. I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, I got 2 special guests for this evening. Last stream was taken down, and I felt bad about not having him on my channel because, we had to do a quick switch over to Carbon's channel. And unfortunately, a good deal of people didn't come over with us, which sucks. But you guys are going to have to get used to doing that if this keeps happening. And for other reasons. So I'm not trying to be mad at people. Let me bring on our guest from last week. It's Ben Fuseboxx. What's up, Ben?
What is up?
How you doing today, man?
I'm doing well, By the way, birds by nature are very evil.
What
True.
makes you say that? Because they're trying to steal shiny things?
It's the way their eyes are. They have those like wide eyes that they're always, and they always look like they're angry. And then also, for one thing, they're also descended from dinosaurs. So
Exactly. Yeah.
And if you've seen a shoebill stork,
Oh, dude, those are crazy shoebills. They're so cool. I would never want to meet one in the wild.
But yeah. No, when I was a little kid, I had a fear of birds that has slowly been I've been getting over it, but at the same time, I don't trust them.
Mm-hmm. Are you one of those people who thinks that they're little, they've got nano machines in them and they're spies for the government?
No, but I do think, I don't trust any animal that has an aerial advantage over me.
Fair enough. All right. Well, hey, I got a question for you, though, before I bring on the next special guest. Is your campaign still open? It looked to me like it was still, you could still...
Yeah,
Okay.
We're in demand.
Okay, because I know you said 11 hours, and I was afraid that, that we'd missed our time.
I was just doing that to trick people into backing really quick.
Fair enough. Fear of missing out. It's a classic. Well, speaking of fear of missing out, ladies and gentlemen, we're lucky because we don't get to miss out on our next special guest, who usually can't stream at night, but he's decided to hop on the show tonight. He might have to leave early because he's been drafted onto Pimp My Comic. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us introduce Elliot Rodriguez. What's up, Elliot? You're muted, brother.
You're still muted.
Elliot, you're muted.
This is a good place to work the
Rookie
kinks out before
mistake.
you go on a big show.
Heck yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it is 69, so yeah, we're certainly working the kinks out.
Heck yeah. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much, Patrick. It's a pleasure to meet everybody. Carbon, young Clipper. Man,
What's up,
nice.
man?
And Fuseboxx, what's up, guys? What's going on? And Fred the Fed. Nice to meet you officially, man. What's going on?
Fred the Fed. I forgot about that.
Wait,
Yeah.
Fred the Fed.
Elliot,
Fred the Fed.
I think he doxed himself that time on my channel. Sorry.
I don't know if you've ever seen Comicsgate Commandos, but every $100 you make tonight, Patrick
Sweet.
up there at the top, he has to slap himself in the face.
That's
Nice.
easy.
Let's
I
go
was
for it.
afraid
Thing
to
he
say I had
does
to
every
make gaze
$100. And
Nice.
if you get to a max of 1,000 raised tonight, he is gonna knock the glasses off and break them. No,
Nice.
with the glasses.
There's
when
two
get
for
to
you
the
right
money.
there. Now we
Giving
need
away for free,
$200.
Patrick. The masochism. It's
Come
a
on,
hook.
you have to pay. You have to pay
It's
for
a
it.
selling point.
I told you we're working the kinks out tonight.
Patrick, he meant spank yourself. You gotta spank yourself.
No.
Every
No,
$100.
eager for that. You're gonna get the channel taken down for nudity this time.
Yeah, yeah. Oh
Don't
god.
give him a bad idea, he'll do it.
Well, Elliot, I don't know if you know this because I know it's hard to watch every show, but Brittany Venti and I have this on again, off again kind of thing where she ignores me and pretends like she's not obsessed with me. And
Oh, really? Nice.
yeah, it's pretty cool. But I think at this
Hey,
point
chat.
that I have I've fallen in love with a different girl. I think I'm moving on from Brittany Venti.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know it's
Oh.
Are you
shocking.
gonna break the news to her?
We're doing it
slowly?
right now. This is it. I mean,
Right
she,
now?
you know,
Are you sure she's a girl?
I'm almost 100% sure this person's a girl. But let me show you guys. This is this new woman that I'm just completely, utterly obsessed with.
Now I got to
And-
tell you, Chrissy Mayer is married, so
No, it's not Chrissy Mayer. Although I did meet her. She's very nice. Very, very nice.
I met her too.
Um, She's
Sweet.
she's one of those FNT people who's like, she's cool. You know,
I hear she's prettier in person.
I mean, she's pretty in general, but really short.
Person.
Very, very short.
She has an aura, I'm told.
Carpenter.
Kind of. She's very funny too. Even like I know she's very, very.
Is it short? Carpenter.
Well, I tried to go to one of her stand-up
Sabrina
shows,
Carpenter.
but her dad was murdered,
Oh
so
my
she
God.
canceled. And that's when Nick and Aaron Imholt met. It was one hell of a night.
Oh damn! That's
So
when
I
it all
didn't get to meet
began.
Chrissy, which sucks. That was the draw.
If you get a chance to see her, I would highly recommend going to see her. She's funny.
Right.
But here, ladies and gentlemen, is the new love of my life. I don't know what her name is, but I'm gonna call her.
Hmm.
Let's call her Natalie. I think Natalie's a good name.
What do you think we do as jobs?
I don't know. You probably like airline pilots.
Airline pilots? This way! Exit this way!
So you're not airline pilots.
No.
No.
Civil engineers.
Accent.
No, not even close.
No.
Secondhand
British.
matchstick salespeople.
No idea.
Free?
No.
I don't know. What do you
Okay,
guys-
so me,
From New
Brittany,
Zealand.
I'm a manager at KFC. KFC. Yeah, we don't talk about
Are you
that.
kidding me? I love a bit of capers.
Oh, yeah. Do you like
Capers.
KFC?
Of course. Who doesn't?
What? Okay, this box. I can get Nothing makes me hornier than a fucking chicken and cheeseburger from McDonald's. Chicken and cheeseburger
From
Chicken and
McDonald's.
cheeseburger.
So horny.
Write that down. Write that down. Chicken and cheeseburger. McDonald's.
McDonald's. Nothing makes me hornier than a chicken and
Hornier.
cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Right, Joe.
Well, there's a lot of questions to ask. So, in England, do they have a burger that has both chicken and
And
a beef
cheese?
patty in it?
They ain't
She said a
British.
chicken and cheeseburger.
Burger. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a good
British.
point.
They New Zealand.
It did sound like either Australian or New Zealand to me. Love how they say KFC too. They say Kafers.
Oh,
Love
it
me
could have
some
been
Kafers.
Australian.
Capers.
Yeah,
Typhus.
that was
Crazy.
great.
And
hate it.
McDonald's.
You
I hate those women.
McDonald's.
They were terrible, Patrick.
What? No, her voice is so like low
Mackie
down
D's.
and dirty and like unclassy. I'm in love.
Like
Listen-
chav. It is like
listen-
chav British. It's
Listen,
just-
Riley, whatever gets him off Brenty, I support wholeheartedly.
Let's just
Well,
hope to
No,
God.
let's
that-
talk about Brinty's sweaters.
No, look, I can afford a
Brittany
chicken and
Brinty's
cheese burger from McDonald's. You know what I mean?
Patrick,
It's
you're
not
in luck.
expensive.
Because Australian women are very easy. All you gotta do is fly over there. Obviously, you know the secret. Buy the burger. You don't even need the fucking burger. Just tell this bitch you're gonna take her home, and that's it.
You'll just like
You're good
die
to
in the
go.
desert from dehydration
Right.
or drop bears.
Australia's got all
Don't
kinds
let
of
them
crazy
board you.
animals. I'm gonna get stung by some
Yeah.
like scorpion or something.
Spider the size of a large bird, is gonna.
Whatever you
know,
do not share that video. Don't let her become the next Hawk Tuol.
I want her to though. I love her. Oh my god. I would be happy if I got stung by a poisonous scorpion on a plateau in Australia, surrounded by Aboriginals laughing at me, as long as I could hear her say, "Nothing makes me hornier than a man getting stung by a scorpion." I would.
But bruh, if she becomes too famous, she's gonna launch a meme coin, and everybody's gonna lose their money, and then she's gonna
She's gonna
vanish.
bounce. Yeah.
So
I
after a
I
bit
don't
of
care,
research,
guys. I'm in love.
after a bit of research, I found out that's Shad's daughter there.
No, stop. Okay, that's God damn.
Is she
I'm
an
just-
AI artist?
No.
Or an AI writer.
You guys just don't want me to be happy. I think that's what it is.
Trying
No,
to make
your
sure.
happiness would end the show, Patrick. We want you to be miserable for as long as possible.
Well, I mean, I get the attraction, but I don't think he's wife material. I doubt that.
See, I
Pat-
try to come to you guys, try to be, some masculine support, and this is
You
what
can
I
fix
get.
her, man. You got this. You can fix her, man.
Thank you.
You can
Thank
straighten
you,
her up.
Elliot. I
Just
appreciate
a couple of chicken cheeseburgers. She
exactly. You believe in me, Elliot.
Open a picture
I believe
of
in
Liam
love.
in an
She'll be wrong
alternate tab,
crying.
and then look at Liam while you play the video again.
No.
Just
I
Let's
do
go
wanna-
see
that.
the koala.
That's all I can hear when they're talking is Liam.
Well, let's say
Liam's gone
let's-
dark. Yeah.
yeah, he has Liam the Black. I can't
If
wait
you
till
don't buy him
comes
a
in.
McDonald's, he'll flag you.
no,
That's what I
Liam
heard.
Black, that's hilarious, dude.
that's what he's been called now, Liam the Black. So eventually he's going to become Liam the White.
He's the same as he's always been. He's always been
Yeah,
revved up.
Yeah. He hasn't changed. He's still being Liam.
Okay,
Liam
let's-
Lehman.
let me introduce the chat here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Adam Weber. What's up, Adam? Thank you for being here, man.
Hail to the chat. Yeah.
We've got Flip City Magazine. What's up, Christy? How you doing?
Hey, Christy.
Good evening, my dudes.
Good evening, Flip City.
Making 69 happen is hard for some people. Yeah, there's two in there. Look at that. That was two. That was great. Good job.
Yeah.
Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. We've got Zombie Boy. What's up, Zombie Boy? How you doing, man? ID Crisis Design. Hail Chat, he says.
ID
Thank you for
Crisis.
being here, man. Wrangler says a whole lot of hola. What's up,
Hey.
Wrangler?
Hold on, Wrangler.
Привет, как дела сегодня, друг? We've got Michael Ferraro. Hail Commandos. Hail Flip City Magazine. Hail the frickin' chat. Thank you for being here, Michael.
It's my Jersey brother.
Wrangler, by the way, says the birds add ambience. You should make a tune with bird sounds. Start a stream. Let us hear the birds, then slowly increase the bird tune volume so it seems like the sounds morphed into music. That's actually a brilliant idea. I'm going to steal it from you and call it my own.
He's put some thought into this.
Yeah. We've got Elliot Rodriguez right here with us.
In the chat.
Well,
Right,
he's
right.
different. He's a different person in the chat.
Yes. I'm 10 years, no, 14, 15 years younger in the chat.
We got Sleeping Psychopathy. What's up, Sleeping Psychopathy? Thank you for being here. Patrick is just turned on by her not knowing that he exists. I told you that in confidence, Jamie. You shouldn't have
It's the
broadcast.
thrill of the hunt, man. The thrill of the hunt.
My reaction to Bonnie Blue is the reaction that my new love of my life had to Kafirs. Let's see.
She might be a
No,
man.
you could make an honest woman out of Bonnie Blue.
See, Sleeping Psychopathy is the same thing. I don't
I
think.
don't think
can.
she's a woman, Riley.
Yeah,
I mean,
think
her
she's-
whole thing's like an obvious scam. Like she's not fucking 100 people. She just pretends that she did that, and then OnlyFans wouldn't let her update it.
Oh
And
There was a
then she gets a bunch of
podcast
viral
interview
attention.
that came out about her transition.
Oh,
my
man.
Bonnie
God.
Blue's transition.
We did talk
Uh-huh.
about this a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, What up,
I don't
Belmont?
know.
Wait, is that real?
It might be.
I don't think so.
I saw a
I've seen
picture,
her
but-
fucking a couple guys, but never like hundreds. She's
No,
Yeah.
I
like
meant her
she's a
being a
woman.
man.
She's
No,
like
she's a
woman.
woman. But there's
But
no footage of her with 1,000 men. So
No, yeah, none of that's
it's fake.
real.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Conservative outrage is the most lucrative marketing vehicle for OnlyFans content.
I wouldn't call
Yeah.
that conservative outrage, though.
Well,
technically
or
speaking. I would just
whatever.
call that like regular
Sure,
human
yes.
response to something.
To the
disgusting.
degree she was taking it, yeah, but like if you're a degenerate like me, you were kind of like watching and studying, like, what did she fucking do? What's she pulling here? And the only thing that she actually did after all that was she had that cameraman like say it was real gross. But even in footage, like there's like 10 guys around her. That's like a normal. I mean, I know it's bad for normal people, but that's a normal gangbang, 10 people.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's
a
not the
typical Friday
extremities
night.
that she got
Average
famous
for a
off of was
moderately
crazy,
sized.
bro.
Let's.
All she did was like do one cum walk. She got a little cum on her forehead and went outside.
Okay. Okay.
That's all she did, Patrick.
This is not a.
Multi-million
This is not a
millionaire.
child show, but I don't want to talk about.
It is
Well, that's
69 after
multi-millionaire.
all.
You're right. I
And
guess
that
so.
is an expert
But-
opinion here.
Riley, you're right though, because after the outrage, everyone was like calculating how many minutes each guy had. We're like,
Yeah.
we pulled out the calculator. 12
That's
hours, 1,000 guys. That's only 3
Yeah,
minutes
is the
per
math
guy.
possible? Yeah.
These guys were
Is it
getting as
most people
autistic
won't-
about their calculations as they do about the Holocaust.
Well, for the same reason, it's too offensive to interface with, honestly, in polite company.
Well, from there, ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello to Rosario Scribe. What's up, Rosario?
Hey,
Thank you for
Rosario,
being
how's
here.
it going, man?
We got Magnificent Devil. I wonder why the West is in decline. No idea. No idea. We've got.
We're in decline because faking orgies. No, this should be well documented.
Why
no?
can women lie about that? Like nobody's gonna go in and investigate that shit.
Yeah,
Are you just say that and get away with it?
yeah. Nowadays you
stolen
can never know
valor
what's
is
real
what
or
it
not.
is.
Yeah, it should be well documented.
In a couple of years, once
Hell, Belmont.
the outrage is passed, a guy totally needs to do the same stunt where he gets like 500 women. So I will fuck 500 women today. Like have them line up outside.
Oh my god. But it's all like uggos.
Tell you
it
what,
was-
Carbon, when Bitcoin hits $1 million, we'll make it happen.
Oh my god. Oh god. We have Belmont Press Comics, ladies and gentlemen. He says, "Hail CG."
Hail Belmont.
What's up, Belmont? Belmont, my favorite thing about you is that no matter whether or not like it's a picture with one of your icons like Jim Shooter, or if you're on a stream with people, you never look like you're having fun. Like your facial expression is constantly just like, I guess I'm here. It's just
R.I.P.
funny
Jim
to
Shooter,
me.
by the way.
Yeah, seriously. Jim
Yeah,
Shooter did a
tragic
lot
news.
of great things.
Mm.
But
And he did not impress Belmont.
He could have been a little meaner. I mean, he knew he was gonna die soon. He could have said some funny stuff.
that's always the best part about knowing you're dying, just being like, fuck it, I'm just gonna say whatever I want.
I'm disappointed when they don't, Patrick.
I agree with you. I am the same way.
Yeah, what's going
Because
on, Katie?
oftentimes you have to like curtail what you say, whether you believe it to be true or not, because you're like, I gotta live later.
Yeah.
But if you don't, or you don't care, then you're just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna say. I think that's why all old people just say whatever the hell they want whenever they want.
Yeah.
It's like the lady who said that Emmett Till assaulted her
Oh
on
my
her
God.
deathbed. She said that didn't happen.
It wasn't real, yeah.
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 Like, get
The
you're a little
deathbed
too comfortable.
confession.
You can
He's
keep
like,
that one
"That's
in.
Just to let you know, I'm about to die, and I had that kid beaten to death.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Wow. What a great show we have. So I'm shocked we haven't been struck. Katie
Well,
did.
The night
Hail
is still
Katie.
young.
Yeah, if you pull up Ben's campaign right now, we can get struck in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, seriously.
Play the
Well,
video.
It was just my
Um,
guns then.
We do. I think that's what it was. Yeah. And there were a lot of
Yeah.
people, like I got attacked by, not attacked, but
Say
You
it,
know,
did.
I was
The Strike Wars.
well, Lord Raptor Jesus was like, he called me an SJW Karen and this kind of stuff, and it's like he posted
What?
on my post that I made literally the night of like last week, and
Yeah.
it's like, dude, did you not see any of my posts
Yeah.
after that? Like I said, wow, I really got really mad, and now I'm calm now, and then I talked to DG, and like we were commenting to each other in the comments, and it was like, oh, okay, I see. This is it's the XP thing, which I have removed from our chat here. So
you do have
hold on,
suspects
Patrick.
as to who did that?
what'd you say?
You do have a suspects as to who did that? Do you think it's Lord Raptor?
No, I mean, originally I thought, because originally it was just me and John Malin. And I thought, okay, this is some, concerted effort kind of bullshit. And then it happened to a bunch of other people. It happened to Aaron Lepresti, who
RT Bear, RT
nobody-
Bear's channel.
yeah,
does
RT
it
Bear.
in-
Nobody does that. Like Aaron Lepresti doesn't do anything to anybody.
The professional. Yeah.
As retarded and deranged as War Campaign and its associates are, like they still at least have a level of decency where they don't go after people like Aaron Lepresti. So at that point I was like, it's probably the algorithm.
But it turns out that this XP thing, if you turn that off, that will save you from having the same issue.
Well, that's what they say. So we're going to see if it works today.
Everyone's saying that it's still on, though.
Yeah.
Katie is saying it's.
I'm seeing that too.
Turned it off. I
What's
don't
in-
know what to say.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I mean, if YouTube's cracking down on guns, it's because of that guy shooting that guy on live stream. Like it'd be like a
Oh, yeah, that
rolling
is true.
policy restriction. It wouldn't.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is stupid. I mean, don't they know that people want to see? Never mind. That was a bad joke. Let me bring on another co-host guy. I can't do it without like 5 co-hosts, you see, folks. So let me bring on Aaron C. What's up, Aaron?
Hey, what's
What is
up?
going on?
What's up, dude?
Hello.
What's up,
Hey,
Aaron?
Aaron. How's it going, man?
So
Hey, congrats, Elliot, on a great start of a campaign. You're doing
Yeah,
awesome.
thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, CG's showing up, and I really appreciate it. And yeah, I can't do any of this without them. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
thank you.
Let's see here. I need to say hello to some of the people in the chat. I'm sorry, Aaron. Nice to see you, man. Thank you for being here. dude.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Oh,
it.
sorry. Yes, sir.
No, you're fine.
You're no Q.
I got distracted. I got the birds in here, and I'm just trying to. I'm easily distracted. And let's see.
Understand.
Edwin Buzz Acevedo says, "Hail,
What's
peeps.
up, Edwin?
How
What's
you
up,
doing,
bud?
man? He's in your chat, right, Elliot?
Yeah. He's the creator of Bloodbone, Ace.
Bloodbone.
He's got a bunch of great projects out. Snow. I did some sketch cards for him also. Yeah,
Very
great guy.
Bloodbone's
Awesome.
cool.
He's got an anthology book coming out, if I'm not mistaken.
Very nice. Well, Edwin, if you ever want to come on the Commandos, just hit me up on X, and we'll get you on. Liam, on the other hand, Sleeping Psychopathy hates Liam. She hates him.
Really?
Oh yeah, she can't stand him.
She's just observing his behavior and reporting
Yeah.
on it.
What's up, young Clipper?
Hello, how's it going?
Nice.
Magnificent Devil says, "No, they're right. Obviously, I'm not going to pew a guy on live stream if YouTube will ban my channel for it." Yeah, I mean, it's why would you do
Not
that?
live? I mean,
Yeah.
So,
this is
Patrick, just
true.
in case, let me ask you.
Go ahead.
I see that you made a link to the Rumble stream just in case, right?
That's correct.
If this gets taken down, Katie is suggesting pinning the link to that in the chat just in case. But also, my question is, how do the rest of us join that stream?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Carmen, because I wanted to tell you guys that I have zero idea.
No, see, you add the Rumble stream to the streams you're streaming out to from StreamYards. So it's the same show. You would just get cut from one, but we'd experience the same thing on StreamYards.
Well, I've can't post comments. What is that? Oh, there. Okay. I just have never used Rumble before, and I made an account and everything, and I got verified. Oh, look at that! It is working. Okay. So it is currently the show is going on Rumble, which is good.
Oh, sweet.
So if
But then we could
anybody-
just stay here then.
Oh,
Yeah, if YouTube
Yeah,
cut
okay.
out, we'd all just keep making jokes about
Exactly.
Bonnie Blue.
Sweet.
Oh.
500 men in a row.
Yeah. Whatever makes Patrick blush.
I don't
That's the name of
hate
the
him.
game on episode 69.
Jamie says, I don't hate him. I hate the things he does. Very Catholic answer of you, Jamie.
I wish he was more
Just don't
intentful
love
about
him.
when he was doing wrong. I just want him to make the wrong choices on purpose. Is that too much
No.
to ask?
Yes, it is too much to ask.
No.
I feel like
Oh,
Liam
man.
should have his own TV show. Like
Dude,
everybody
that'd be
hates
great.
Liam or something like that.
Oh, my God.
Be fucking
I
hilarious.
just want to watch
Everybody
him do
hates Liam.
farming.
Can't you guys find any forgiveness in your hearts? Are you that?
I love
Jaden?
Liam. I
Yeah.
fucking love Liam. I just want to watch him do more farming. I come on a stream sometimes in overalls, and I'm like, let me see that guy. What's he up to? I don't believe the suit thing. Show me the
Yeah,
overall
gotcha.
guy.
There's never a dull moment with Liam. Never.
He's great.
Yeah.
I think he's funny. And to be honest with you, I never knew the specifics of who was right and who was wrong. I'm like, can't we all just get along? But no, you're right. The answer is no.
No.
So
No negotiating with
but
terrorists.
I will continue to be the voice of peace and reason and forgiveness in Comicsgate, no matter how many people dislike me for it or call me a fence sitter or whatever. I'm still gonna try
You're
to.
the voice of reason. We're all fucked.
That's right. That's right. Well, let's. Gosh, you guys are saying the XP stuff is still up. Is that what you're saying, chat?
Unacceptable.
It is unacceptable. I don't know.
I mean,
Why that
we
would be the
know
case.
one of your favorite celebrities of history had a really small mustache. So, yeah, I get it. You're gonna walk
Stalin's
around
mustache
and-
was pretty big, though. Oh, you're talking about. Oh, you're talking about.
Oh, that. Just kidding.
Well, we might as well do it here. We might as well do it. We might as well find out
Oh.
what happens. I am actually curious to know. And let's just say this: nobody say the word of what this refers to when the image is presented, please, and we'll see if that does anything.
Well, I mean, are you sure you want to do this?
Are we
Yeah.
fucking
Pull up an-
A/B testing? your
Yeah, I am.
I know this one.
channel?
I am sure I want to do it. I actually want to test this because if we test this and we find out that this is true, we will have done everybody a great service. You see, this is what
Wait.
Comicsgate
Correct.
Commandos are all about. We fight for love.
But you already know that the image of the instrument is what caused the takedown because they told you that.
I think
Uh-oh.
I think it was a combination of the image and the word being spoken.
Conversation. Okay,
Yes.
okay, let's see. It's
So,
like a death note.
So, wait,
You have
we
to
refer
put
to
them in
this
your
as
head
a
and say the name.
everything.
You pay for
No.
premium StreamYard then? Like, is that what's
Oh,
going
yeah.
on?
Oh yeah,
Oh, got one.
I'm hardcore like that. I don't make
So-
any money from my streams, and I still pay for StreamYards.
But no, if we get taken down, then you have to have me on every Wednesday for the rest of
We'll just
the
make you a
year.
commando at that point.
You see, nobody wants to actually go to
Honorary
Rumble.
private.
I know nobody wants to.
They'd rather
go to
turn
Rumble.
their phone off and go to
Stop
sleep.
him, Carbon. I've
Then
never
cl-
seen anybody nuke their own channel. I need to see it. It's so funny.
Besides,
Look,
we have
we-
enough privates around here.
Do
We
it.
started with masochism. We're going to keep going with the masochism. Ladies and gentlemen, we have for you and for your viewing pleasure Outlaw Nights #2. We are at $1,138 right now. We can get that up to 1,500. I really truly believe that before he ships his books. So just real quick, we're going to play the trailer and then I'm going to let Ben talk about it. Very nice indeed. All right, Ben. Tell the folks at home what Outlaw Nights is about.
Well, thank you. Outlaw Nights. This is issue number 2 of about 10. This story takes place in the 31st century. Humanity has begun colonizing into outer space. History is very much repeating itself as the nations of Earth are at each other's throats, competing over territory and resources. It's a chaotic, hellish time to be alive. But piracy is on the rise. There's never been a better time to be a pirate. And in the midst of all that, we've got our boy Cyrus Lawson, who has settled on a small, out-of-the-way, insignificant little colony called Therese. But in issue number 1, Therese is invaded by a crew of pirates who are after a special piece of data, and this data is going to lead to a treasure everybody and their mothers got their eyes on. It is a huge ultimate rat race in the making. Issue 2 kicks off where our boy has been kidnapped by these pirates. And so now he's getting a first-hand look at the underworld of the 31st century, and they are being pursued by an imperialistic cyborg pirate hunter. So we got guns ablazing. Ladies and gents, if you haven't gotten this book yet, I have no idea what to think of you. I think very little of you because this is the greatest space pirate tale ever told.
Amazing stuff. I hold on one second here. I'm sorry, Ben, but Elliot's got to go to Pimp My Comic, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm very sorry, guys.
Yeah,
you don't have to apologize,
I'm very
man.
sorry.
We double booked, and I told you, usually Mandy starts a lot later, but
She started right now.
You were
trying
that
to sabotage me.
You were that offended by Outlaw Nights.
Elliot, you want to just at least pull it up quickly so we can look at the page?
Yes.
Well, yeah, like
you have
Elliot,
time for
you
that?
started.
Okay. Hold on.
Just pitch Ominous real fast, then we'll go through it while you're gone.
For sure.
Yeah,
we will.
thank you. I appreciate it. No, yeah, I feel real bad. I'm like,
Don't feel bad. It's just going.
Stay
on
high
the
and
record.
bouncing it. That
It's okay.
sucks. But yeah, Ominous. This is a 36-page book, which features a 10-page fight scene between my two characters, Zadok and this big monster that we're seeing on the screen now. His name is Deathmonger, and so yeah, it's just a fight scene. The idea of the comic is to serve as an introduction to the world of Ominous. Ominous is a graphic novel that I'm currently working on, and so this is like a nice preview, proof of concept book. So yeah, I'm going to include the 10 pages. There's a lot of extra artwork in there, including artwork from guests like Kenneth Rocafort, Adam Miller, Skunk, and yeah, get the book. I have a coupon code. Man, I feel real bad for doing this, but I have a coupon code that's called 10 off, and this is for the third tier, the third reward. In that reward, that tier, you get all three covers because I have 3 variant covers for the book. You get all 3 variant covers for $30, but with this coupon code, you can knock off $10 off of that, and you get 3 books for the price of 2. And remember, each book is a 36-page book. I have 3 variant covers, and then you can get on that. And so, yeah, the idea with Ominous was just for me to show you guys what you can expect with my art style, my storytelling style, the lettering, the colors, and just everything that I'm planning to do with this graphic novel. So yeah, if you guys are considering it, I would highly recommend to back it, and yeah, use a coupon code to save yourself some money. And also, I'm at 71 backers, and for the first 90, you get this free Adam Miller trading card. I don't know if Patrick can. Where are we? Can make me big on the screen, or yeah, at the very bottom. There it is at the very bottom. It says first 90 backers of a physical tier, you get this. Yeah, right there.
There it is.
You get an Adam Miller trading card, so you can still get that. I'm at 71, so you got maybe like 15 more, 20 more people to get before you miss out on that. So get it while you can. And thank you very much to Comicsgate. Thank you very much to Patrick. I feel real bad that I have to leave because I like hanging out, and
no worries, man.
That sucks, man.
We'll get you on some other
kick him out
time,
of the
Elliot.
plane. Kick him out of the plane so we can watch the
it's
video.
good seeing you, man.
No pressure. Yeah, thank you very much to everybody. Thank you to everybody in the chat.
We'll keep pushing it. We'll keep pushing your book, all right?
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on, Elliot. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I was
you guys
wrong.
be safe.
Have a good one,
No
man.
worries. No worries.
Don't feel bad
You guys
about
be
it.
safe. Have a great one. Take care.
If they feel bad about it, you got to just like get them with the firing squad and then promote them post death. You know.
He just really hated Outlaw
fuck that guy.
Onions.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, that fucking guy.
He couldn't stand it. I mean, he wasn't gonna leave, and then I don't know. Aaron came on, and now it's like interesting. I love this, by the way. Deathmonger job minion. That's his job.
Dude, there's a worse guy.
He puts that on his resume. I was a minion from 2012 to 2018 for the Dark Thunderlord.
What if it's like Dr. Doom? That's a cool resume.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, I was one of the minions for the Riddler.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Did you just say Dr. Doom was a minion for the Riddler?
No, I'm saying I used both examples.
Okay,
you know,
it was separate examples.
You're saying.
You weren't equating Dr. Doom with the Riddler. Like that's
God, dude. What'd you do last summer for your summer job? Like, I interned at the Joker's. His whole thing. I was a minion at Arkham.
Oh man, Aaron, that's one of my favorite lines in all superhero movies ever. Bob, God.
Since Elliot just left though, and we just finished talking about Elliot, he didn't have time to talk about this image. That I just want to share a piece of his artwork, which is pretty fucking amazing.
Sure. Are you sharing, or do you want me to share it?
No, I got it. I'm pulling it up.
His campaign looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a mural of all the Ninja Turtles versus like their main villains. This is sick, dude.
That's so sick.
Dude, this piece had like a pop. Yeah. Everybody knows Elliot from this piece now, right?
Okay.
Amazing. Did he color this as well, or do you have his colorist do it?
I'm not sure, actually.
Great work. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, I've seen him around the community for a while. We've just never, our schedules are pretty opposite. So other than being on vacation, I don't think I've ever seen him. I'd be able to see him any other way. So, yeah, but that Deathmonger, or that's the name of it, right? I've seen that. That's been like a thing for at least, I think, a year or maybe more. Okay. It's cool to actually see it up and going now. So good for him.
Yeah.
Not only that, but the dude is cool as shit. Like he's constantly retweeting and yeah, he's super nice, obviously. Except for when he comes on your show and he totally leaves you.
That totally blows us off, For who? For Mandy Summers and Shane Davis?
Duh.
And Dale Keel. Who even is Dale Keel? Who's even heard of that guy? You know what I mean? Like, come on. Katie says, it's Fit My Comic. Take this opportunity, Elliot. Thank you, Katie. Frederick, when you're done with that, could you, on the permanent record of Elliot and Katie, adjust it, please?
One demerit. Yeah, by the way, suddenly everybody's streaming on Wednesday nights. Like when we started the show on Wednesdays, there was nobody else. And now you got Pimp My Comic at the same time. Ethan doing Comicsgate live.
Yep.
It's like, come on, people.
They're edging us out, and not in the fun way either.
Oh,
they're fucking with us.
God.
I know how we can outrank them, though. Like if we bring on Bonnie Blue next week, I think we can blow them out of the water.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Riley, grab Mint. Bring Mint on camera.
Well, so no, he can't bring Mint on camera. If he brings Mint on camera, I have to quit Comicsgate.
Yeah, his wife.
That was a low blow. See, I'm trying to be the peacemaker, and I made a low blow.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
I don't get that reference.
Richard, if you're watching, I'm just.
He's not.
There's nobody stopping Patrick, though. There's nobody.
Patrick didn't even say that. It was one of his birds.
Right.
His voice.
Yeah.
It's the parrot.
Come to think of it,
darn parrot.
I'm gonna get them out of the room here. I just give me a second here. But while we do that,
you're just gonna go pee and have a beer, Patrick. We know you.
Yeah.
I don't have to go anywhere to have a beer.
Patrick.
Okay.
Cigarette. He's gonna have a fag.
I have to scamper away, but it was beautiful seeing everyone today.
Oh, he's going on Pimp My Comic as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on Pimp My Comic.
Fucking fine. Anybody else want to leave? Anybody else want to abandon me here?
Riley, we got more questions. We got more questions to ask you, though, Riley.
About what?
You got scared there. You see the way
I hope-
you
I hope-
What do you mean?
I don't like questions. Cops ask
hope I-
questions.
I didn't offend you, by the way, Riley. Right when I said bring Mint on,
No,
that didn't
of course
offend you.
not.
Okay, yeah.
No.
You're gonna have to
But she's
try
welcome
harder to
anytime.
offend him, Carmen.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. Well, I might make her sit in the background and draw something one of these streams. She's
Yeah,
got a lot of
okay.
use in conversation though.
Look, man,
Are
you
you
gotta
guys
talk
back
to
to
her about
streaming?
this, though. You gotta talk to her about this. This whole, look, okay. We all know what's going on there. When she does her little painting streams and she's sitting on that stool, everybody knows that stool is not
Yeah.
comfortable, and there's no reason she should be sitting on it. But she's doing it anyway.
Well, the leather seat's too low, I think, was her argument.
Oh, that's what the argument.
I called her
was.
out on it. I said, "This is transparent," and she said,
Yeah,
"Well, the other seat's too low." I'm
and you
like,
believed that?
I can't look. What am I supposed to hit her?
I mean,
I mean,
Look,
kidding.
nice.
Diddy, if Diddy gets out for real, if he's really free, then I'll hit my bitch until she stops hitting the spot.
Oh my god.
Then we're all free.
I'll-
If Diddy's free, we're
We'll
all free.
correct her. Yeah, if Diddy's free, it's a win for men everywhere. One small win for Diddy, one big win for mankind.
Are the two
Yeah,
of
you know,
back to
Diddy-
streaming together?
What was that?
Are the two of you back to streaming together?
August 8th, we're gonna bring the Clipiverse back as more of a expansive show with more segments. There's a veto segment, there's a Dungeoneers segment. I'm going really Patrick, I don't want to talk drama on your lovely drama-free military-themed show. Wouldn't want to be violent in rhetoric on that kind of a thing.
Look, just know that I may not necessarily continue the conversation, but you can say whatever the fuck
Perfect.
you want.
Well, my show is going to come back and build up to a wonderful Heroes Con weekend. I'm going to build up to the next Heroes Con where me and as many bunnies as I can wrangle in my battalion are going to confront Dan Fraga. And I have some things to say to Von Coleman's face.
Oh,
So I'm going to be doing that
When's
Don't you
that
guys-
convention going to be?
next year, right? Whenever that is.
Oh.
There's
got to be another
easy for
opportunity
me.
sooner, though.
No, it's way funnier to build it up for a whole year, make them sweat. They have no idea what I'm gonna do to them. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna pull my hand out, I'm gonna put it out, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna tell you now on this show here. You have to wait till next year to find out, Dan.
don't ruin the surprise.
Anyway,
Sleeping Psychopathy made a good point here, which is I'm not ashamed actually of posting this, or I'm not because this is what happened. Rich wasn't even watching while he was on the show, Patrick.
I heard about that.
That's fair.
That was I don't in fairness, I didn't express to Richard how upset I was about that, but that really bothered me.
Well, look, he's already left all of us in the rear view anyways, right? He's on
Well,
the
I
bigger,
mean,
better
you know.
pastures. So good for him. I wish him
I don't
luck.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just that bothered me. And if Richard, if you're watching this, yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah, that was lame, dude.
Our comic book that we make in spite out of Richard Embry, just to market directly against him. Our medieval comic book, it's gonna destroy Blood in the Sword. It's gonna be great. As soon as you break,
Wait,
and
you
give
and
into
me?
the drama, yeah. As soon as you give into the drama, we
Look.
can produce a comic book.
Riley,
Game of
for-
Thrones of Comicsgate.
For the record, you can say anything you ever want about Eric July at any point on my show. I don't care at all. Because I see him as an actual like false advertisement, like snake oil salesman who is
Which is evil.
actually actively ruining independent comic books. So you can say whatever the hell you want about him.
It's really weird seeing so many, like the types of people that I wouldn't expect to fall for his hibbity that do. I'm like, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's pretty eye opening.
But now that we got Riley as an official commando, he's like our nuke that we can deploy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, he's the weapon, our secret weapon to launch against
Or berserker.
everybody.
Hilarious weapon.
Exactly. He's more like a carpet bomb. You know what I mean? Because like carpet bombs send a message. You know what I'm saying?
I like the
They
sound of
are.
that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He's like a top level assassin, except he's
Yeah, he's
not
like Snake
quiet
Eyes.
like top level
Yeah.
assassins.
The nukes were
They're snake
carpet
eyes.
bombs, anyways.
He's calling you a fag as he does what he does.
As he shakes your hand.
Right. If I was on Patrick's show not watching, I would at least not publicly show I wasn't. Yeah, you know,
Just the lack of fucking decorum there
I
was
mean,
uncalled for.
that's what-
Patrick has never
yeah.
done anything wrong to you, Ray. You know, like
I still have
and
never
that's-
done anything wrong. I've been
Yeah, of course. Well, nobody did anything wrong to Ray. I still even like everybody likes Rich. We just think he's bitter about EVS not giving him enough attention. You know, whatever. It happens to more people than it should happen to, I guess.
while you're
Well, I mean,
here.
to be honest, though, his wife did. Once your wife has to intervene, fun's over.
I
Like
don't
we all
even
know
know-
that that's kind of what happened.
Yeah.
I just don't know if any of that's real, dude. Like from my perspective, Katie does that stream. Mint goes on, his internet cuts off. Mint and I had tech problems, so then we set up in the inside because she was at first going to do it from outside for whatever reason. The lav mic wasn't working. We set up the camera and the mic inside. Rich is fine. Mint goes on. Rich ducks back out after that door opening, and everybody heard the door opening. And then so they either had an argument and he wasn't allowed on anymore from then, but he texts both me and Mint individually the next day, and I suppose Katie, that it was some prior arrangement that he had. At which point it's like, why not just tell Mint about that so she can avoid interrupting shows you're on? I don't know. It all seemed really confusing to me. And when I talked to him about it, he basically was like, well, I know you have to protect CG's business model because Ethan's loyal to you. And I'm like, okay, man, this has nothing to fucking do with what your wife is talking about. You're just mad at Ethan and Shane and Malin by name.
Okay.
Doesn't want their table scraps.
That's why you feel like it's not.
That's what he told me.
Okay.
Like that was his response to why'd you pretend your internet was out?
Because I would say, like, if his wife said to him, I would rather you not stream with an OnlyFans girl, I personally am of the opinion like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Like that's 100% fair.
Sure.
Mint's a whore. Just professionally.
You know, I don't have any issue against Mint personally, except for the fact that she has no reason to be sitting on that chair when she's doing her.
I haven't seen this. I gotta check this out,
dude. It's a horrible chair. It makes no sense.
So I was going to have Richard on my stream, but he canceled the day before. And that night I had a dream with Richard and Mint, and
Thank
we
you
were
for being
going
here,
to.
Wrangler. Good night.
We were going to make a comic together in the dream. It was the weirdest thing ever.
It's a fun dream.
Weird.
Is that a
We can
euphemism?
cut Richard out and we can make that comic. It has to raise more than Blood and the Sword too, and that's the barometer for success.
Riley, though, like I'm not not vindictive against Richard, but I'm actually
of
not
course
against making like a
bro. You
like
and
a
I, we're
funny
gonna write so many.
That'd be so funny. It'd be fun.
Dog. We're gonna do a medieval book. We're gonna make that St. Louis kaiju. Every time I come on this show, I get a new comic book idea to do with you.
It's pronounced Saint Louis. Saint Louis.
Yes,
Founded
Saint
by
Louis.
French Canadian fur traders.
We should, if we're gonna do a book about St. Louis, it should be entirely in French. We just, even though we're only selling it to Americans, we're just you're gonna get a book.
Well, my favorite
written
comic
in
book is
French.
Snowpiercer, so I'm 100% down. Snowpiercer's French,
dude.
Wait, you said what? Your favorite comic is what?
Snowpiercer, and it's French.
Okay.
So I'm down for
Wait,
the French.
Snowpiercer was a French comic before it was a movie?
Yeah.
No
Holy
way.
shit.
Frederick, what are French comics called?
Bande dessinée.
There we go.
Gesundheit.
Beautiful.
Sounds
And
like a dessert.
good night,
Like
fellas.
wiping your ass with silk.
Good night, Riley.
Yeah,
Thanks for
Good
being
night,
here.
Riley.
Have a good night.
See you next
Thanks for
Hey,
coming on.
Riley, nice meeting you.
I did not know the Snowpiercer was a comic before it was a movie. That's crazy.
I think I've heard that mentioned before, but only like once, and it might have been by Mint.
That movie has two of my favorite quotes from any movie ever in it, and one of them is when the guy goes, "They got no bullets," which is just like a you know what I mean? If you've seen the movie, you know. And then the next one is the lady. She says to Chris Evans, she's like, "I can help you," and he's like, "You can fucking die is what you can do." I love that line.
I'm looking it up on
That was great.
IMDb, and all the writers are French. So that
Oh yeah,
that
well there
checks
you
out.
go. That's
Very
cool.
cool.
Very cool. I gotta watch that movie again. But yeah, I need to get these birds out of here. And yes, I'm gonna take a piss, and then I'll be right back. Ben, we're gonna be talking about your comic when I get back. I don't want to talk about it while I'm not here. So,
So in that case, I'll take the opportunity to share something.
there you go, Carbon.
Colonel.
Right on it. Right on it. That's why he's the colonel. All right, I'll be right back.
I'm learning.
Lordy, lordy.
every week I've been showing new clips of the Superman movie.
Oh God,
obviously it's coming out next week.
What do you think?
Well, here's a new clip that people are talking about today. It was just shown today, and
I've already written it
funny.
off.
Well, it's funny because some people are actually starting to like what they're seeing more, like they're getting more interested, and then you have other people being like, "Okay, I'm getting less and less interested." You know,
The scenes where he and Lois were having their stupid little Marvel back and forth, that turned me off. And then
yeah,
the scene where he throws a huge temper tantrum in Lex's office, I'm like, nope.
Well, so far those are the worst.
He's always
But
throwing
anyway,
tantrums. Like in
let's
every
take a look at this.
trailer, he's throwing a tantrum.
Oh, by the way, can you hear it?
Nope.
Okay, hold on. There you go. How about now?
Yes.
Is that a giant axolotl?
Get out of here!
No.
Oh, like a nail.
The way he was with the dog, no, that's not Superman. Nope.
Too abusive.
Yeah, like just again, like the stupid Marvel humor of everything's got to have a little comedy bit. It's like I'm so sick of that shit.
Well, it's definitely lighthearted. I mean, that's for sure. But I don't mind the amount of action that there appears to be. It looks like there's going to be a lot of action throughout the whole movie, and so at the very least, I'll have fun with it. You know, like I'm not going to take it too seriously of a movie. Like, it looks like it's going to be fun. The visuals are bright. It's very comic-y. Like those are the positives to me.
My son wants to go see it, so I'm going to go see it. Otherwise, I think I would have just waited till I heard more about it. But like, it's coming out on his birthday, so we're probably going to go either that day or the day after to go see it. You know, with him and his best friend and stuff. So,
well, you're going to need to have a talk with your son.
Oh yeah, about what?
You're gonna have to sit him down. Just say, listen, this ain't Superman, okay?
You know, Carbon, there's also a lot of action in Bonnie Blue's bedroom, but I don't want to see that one either. You know?
Yeah.
Well, it's a different kind of action. I mean, we're talking about
my son likes the Snyderverse. Like, he liked the Man of Steel. He also watched the Christopher Reeves Superman with me, so he does enjoy Superman. He's not really into the cartoons, but they're also a little bit more mature for like DC cartoons are kind of mature, and he's only going to be 10, you know. So, but if he's interested, then I'll go, you know, because I've talked about this before. It's like, you know, I think this is kind of the Gen Z version of Superman, where it seems like he's at the beginning of potentially of his arc where he becomes stoic, you know, where he becomes more straightforward, you know, ethical and more, you know, morality and all that stuff. So, but we'll see.
Aaron, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, I love it because before you mentioned your son wanting to see it, I was going to say that this style looks like it's oriented towards children more, you know, because it has brighter colors. And even with the kaiju, that, you know, even to me, I know he looks silly. The kaiju looks a little goofy. I'll admit that. But you have to also think about the appeal that they're going for. You know, they want we've talked about this before, new generation of viewers, young kids. And it looks like it could be working because I'm seeing that young people, and that's proof right there, Aaron. You're saying that, you know, your son wants to see it. It looks fun.
Yeah. And his friend, they both want to see it. So,
yeah, it's going for that kind of. And Ben, I know what you mean about the Marvel quips. which I'm not necessarily a
Yeah.
fan of either. And it's obvious when they do it too. It's like,
It's
okay,
old. It's just old hat now, you know.
but it also it's tailored towards kids. So let's be honest, like because kids want to laugh like every 5 minutes.
There's
You
a
know, they'll
dog.
just the dog, and him making fun. He falls on his head. He slips on a banana peel. That's the whole shtick.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron, your assignment is to show your son Smallville.
Yeah. Okay. So that's actually come up, and then it was like there's like a shit ton of seasons with like 23 episodes, and I'm like, I don't know if I've got that time. But yes, that has actually come up as a topic of conversation because of this movie coming out. When they were first teasing it back in like December or something, I watched like a bunch of Superman stuff, and that was on the possible, hey, let's get into the new series. But that's a dedicated time, so I don't know. I should. I think you're right because I like Superman. I think it's a great character, so I may have to visit Smallville.
Yeah,
Well, I
How
would
many
say like
seasons was Smallville?
at least 11.
Yeah, it's a
There
big
it is.
commitment. But I've heard people say that Smallville, I mean, despite it being on CW, was actually a legitimately good show.
It was, and I mean, it wasn't like Clark wasn't full blown like stoic Superman, because the whole point is it was his formative years and he was learning. So that's the great excuse to write him as being more complex when he's younger, is to be like, okay, he hasn't put on the cape yet. He's still learning. So
yeah,
there's ways around it that you can be clever.
Frederick, this drawing that you're working on,
Yeah.
this is a new page.
This is page 22, and it's almost done, to be honest. Like, I think I'm done with the inking. I'm going to add a little bit of splatter, toothbrush splatter at the bottom here. Adds a little bit of texture, but dude, like, it's done.
It's a cool page.
It's complete, and this is page 22. So there's 2 more after this one, and then it's done for issue number 1.
It looks like every new page I see that you've been doing on stream has been getting better and better in terms of the art quality.
nice.
Thank you.
Which is a double-edged sword, though, because now you got to go back to the beginning and redraw.
Right,
every page.
exactly. So once I'm
done
done with page 24, I'm going to redraw page 1 and 2 and 3 until they're all the same quality. Hopefully, it won't get better after that. Yeah. But it's so true, man. You're right. Like, especially with the inking, with the penciling, everything, it gets better. And I'm not against the idea of redoing pages and stuff, but not yet. Like, I'm going to go on to issue 2 and try to make issue 2 better and make sure issue 2 blows issue 1 out of the water.
Nice.
I gotta
when I
get
saw,
you for an issue of Outlaw Nights. Like, I can't afford it yet, but I really want to get your artwork in an Outlaw Nights book.
Well, start buying some Bitcoin now, Fuseboxx, and it'll happen.
Well, hopefully everybody on Earth will back my book, and I'll become a billionaire, and I'll be able to afford all of it.
it's a good chance of that happening.
Tonight?
Well, at least this year.
In like 5 minutes?
But Frederick, that page, it stuck out to me because it reminded me of like a famous image I've seen. And at first I was like, what does that remind me of? And then it hit me. It's a famous album cover. I don't know if you've ever seen this. Probably not, because I doubt you were into this.
Oh, yeah, of course. I had that one when it came out, the DVD. No, CD. Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, this is classic.
Oh, because of the eyes. Yeah,
Yeah, dangerous.
Sure. And the eyeshadow as well. Like, yeah, the eyelashes, I meant to say. Dude, that's one of my favorite albums as well, yeah.
It's just reminiscent of it. Obviously, it's, it's not the same thing, but...
And you make me realize the eyes are not done yet. I have to ink the irises.
And that album came out around the same time as like Metallica Black, the Black Album. Man,
yes,
those were constant. There was so much great music back then. It
oh
is
yeah,
like a desert on radio today. Like it is I'm like, where's all the music? It's crazy. Sorry, sorry for the subject change. It's just like disappointing.
No,
we had it so good, you know.
No, the '90s was peak, or at the very least, like the end of the '80s into the '90s.
Yeah,
Oh,
That's
yeah.
some of the greatest albums ever
Good
made.
stuff.
That and his Bad album. Bad was so good as well. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had that one.
You
in
know,
vinyl. Yeah.
Some people consider the Black Album by Metallica to be like the beginning of them sucking.
Right.
You have like the purists who like the '80s albums, like Ride Lightning. And I get that. No, but the Black Album, you have to admit, it's just the production level, like it stepped into the '90s. Like there's a clear distinction between the recording quality of everything in the '80s.
Yeah.
And then you step into the '90s and you're like, whoa, this sounds fucking.
Well,
the drums are sharp.
It's done by Bob Rock, and then before that, they were basically leaning on who's the guy from Megadeth. They were
Dave Mustaine.
All of Dave Mustaine's guitar work, man. Like they took a lot of his guitar stuff, and then with Cliff Burton, you know, kind of teaching the guys how to play better or whatever. But with those two gone, they needed Bob Rock to come in and kind of like make them a band, in my opinion, to help making them a band again. And then it made it more of a pop sound so that they could be played on the radio, and that changed everything.
Yeah, I mean, I hate that the word pop has to be used.
Sure.
I mean, but I get it though, because it's mass appeal radio,
right?
You know, the pop song structure, and that's what turns people off. They're like, oh, this is pop now, but it just means that they're more like a song that they're more memorable in terms of a shorter structure, right?
I mean, Michael was known as the king of pop, not for nothing. You know, he reached such a wide range of people.
It's true.
Pop just means something that's like palatable to the widest amount of people out there. It's
right.
Basically, really what it is.
I mean, they used to call them sell outica. You know, it's like, well, did they sell out or cash in? You tell me. I don't know.
Yeah, they did fine. But I guess I'll have to share something else. Patrick decided to probably smoke 2 cigarettes.
Yeah. He's sucking a long fag on that one.
Ooh.
I wanted to wait. I wanted to wait until later tonight to show this and for Patrick to see it too. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to wait till later. This is just too good.
No.
Yeah, it's just too funny.
We could do it and then come back to it.
No, but Fuseboxx, you want to return to your campaign since it was interrupted earlier?
There we go.
I mean, sure, you know.
Since you want to be a billionaire.
I happen to. Well, I am a big fan of Outlaw Nights. You know, I kind of have a thing for it.
So,
but yeah,
you've been around for a few years, and you've had this part. This is what, part 2 now?
Yep.
Where else are you selling it? Like, are you trying to go to local, local comic shops or maybe conventions or something like that? Or is it just mainly online?
It's mainly online. I did sell some issue 1 copies to a few local shops in town. And then I went to one Comic Con that was in New Orleans and I sold a few there. But really, my travel's been super limited over the past few years because I've been dealing with this weird ass issue where I pretty much haven't been able to get out as much. So, but I'm trying to change that. And yeah, I think the world needs more space pirates that are done right. Because really, like, I've always loved the concept of them, but everything I've seen with space pirates in it, there was always something lacking to me. And it always just kind of bugged me. I'm like, I just want to tweak that and change that a little bit. So it's like I had to do my own.
Yeah, man. You're never as well served as by yourself, you know.
I service myself quite a bit.
There you go.
Oh shit.
You're better off with 69. That's the better way to go instead of going solo.
But yeah, we're on both Indiegogo and Fund My Comic. So yeah, like the Indiegogo is a little over, like we're at about 1,100, and we are almost at 400 on this one. So combined, we're at about 1,500.
So you're gonna keep this in demand for how long, you think?
I'm probably a good while, because I'm hoping to build up some more, and plus it's gonna take me a minute to get issue 3 going.
I saw you talking about issue 3 on Twitter today.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I want to do a preview for issue 3 if we can hit 2K on the Indiegogo. So that's my that's my stretch goal incentive. And I'm keeping things as simple as I can, because I want to make sure to get this thing out the door.
Yeah. Good stuff. And by the way, Frederick, I think it was last week where we switched on to my channel, and there was a moment in which you had a page that you wanted to show, and I didn't hear you say that, because that was the exact moment my headphones were dying, because I watched the playback of it, and I was like, oh shit, it looked like I snubbed Frederick on that. So if you want to pull up that page that you were going to show last week.
Sure, yeah. It's ratelcomic.com. I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah.
The forward address is also imakecomics.com, so that's an easy one to remember. And here it is. I could show you some colors on this page. I got the first 4 pages in color now.
I'm not seeing it yet.
I thought I presented it. Hold on, let me see if I did it wrong. What went wrong? Present, share screen. Oh, I'm not getting anything. It's not popping up. Fucking StreamYards.
Oh no.
Yes.
Ben, try stop, press the button, stop presenting, because I still see your one. Yeah, now Frederick, try it again.
Yeah. Hold on, here we go. Share screen.
I'll be right back.
Okay, it's working now, I think. Something happened. It says I'm sharing, view tab, ratelcomic.com. So do you see it at the bottom? If there's a lot of heads, you might want to scroll down, because there's 2 layers of...
Yeah, I'm trying to do that, but there's nothing to scroll down to for some reason.
It says I'm sharing here.
Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Looks like it's just lagging.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, that was taking a while.
Okay, there it is. Damn.
You drew space?
There you go.
That's it. All right. So these are the first 4. Well, first 4 pages minus page 2 and 3, which are like a double page spread that I'm keeping for the print book. But this is page 1. This starts off with our main character gets arrested, and he's mining some Bitcoin with his A6 here at the bottom. And colors are done by Ross the Red on Twitter. Incredible artist from Ireland. Absolutely in love with his work. This one's absolutely beautiful. There's Christian elements in this story, which I'm told is pretty rare thing. Then I might get some pushback, but fuck it. That's part of the story. So
this is a great page.
And this is one of my favorites. I sold it to a friend of mine who's someone who used to work for the Silk Road website back in the day. So a huge story behind that as well. I sold it when I was down in El Salvador last year. You guys remember I came in live to the show from El Salvador.
Yeah.
This one was expoed there, and I sold it. And this is another one that I got recently. It's absolutely beautiful. I haven't updated the image, but I got the fixes done because Patrick gave me some notes last time I showed this on the Commandos, I think a couple of weeks ago. And Ross did some fixes down here. I have not updated the image on the website yet, so
okay.
I'll be doing that shortly. And I got this one right after 2 weeks ago, the show. So this one has not been seen on the show yet, which is where he meets his trucker friend.
Yeah.
So this is all Rattel that you're showing?
Yeah, exactly. So this is Remy Lachance. He becomes Rattel. So he's coming out of prison and he's going back to start his new life. And he becomes Rattel kind of at the midpoint of the book. So when you reach pages 12 and 13 at the halfway point, that's when he flies on his quad board for the first time and he takes on the costume and dons his alter ego of Rattel. So those are being colored as we speak.
Have you shown a cover yet? Or are you saving that for a big reveal?
No, I have these covers. These 3 are done by me, but the colors are not as good as what Ross does. This is one of the covers here, the headshot with a little battle damage.
Nice.
I've got also this one I'm going to be redoing because there's some design changes that have happened, but I really love the overall composition of it. So I'll be reprinting the blue line and redoing this one for a cover, probably a foil cover. So this is going to be all the background's going to be foil with speed lines. And this one is going to be the main cover, of course. I'm also going to be redoing this one, keeping everything pretty much essentially the same, but redoing the background elements. Like the city's been done a little bit too sloppy for my taste. I'm going to have to redo all those waves. It's going to kill me. But I do love
compositions are good.
That's it. Like I love the composition. I'm going to stick with it. But like you said earlier, like I'm better at drawing and better at inking. And I want to make sure that the covers are the best that they can look. And here's what.
Well, also, you're right. A rework of the colors can make a huge difference on all those covers you just showed.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I don't want him to rework the colors on the sloppy inks, so I'll be doing fresh inks as well. And this is cool. So this is an example of Ross's colors on a pinup. This is the Akira homage. So orange pilling right here, because orange pill is the theme for Bitcoin. When you're said to understand Bitcoin, you're said to have been orange pilled. This is a nod to that. And this one is one of the early promo. This is the first image I got Ross to draw. So this, I don't know if it's going to be used anywhere. I'm using it all the time as a promo image because it kind of sells instantly the idea that the story is about a superhero and about Bitcoin at the same time. Obviously, you never see a Bitcoin logo in the sky like this. This is kind of just a metaphor for the character, you know.
Not even when you were in El Salvador, you didn't see a Bitcoin sign like that?
Yeah, but that was after a consumption of mushrooms, so I don't know.
Oh shit!
So when you were in El Salvador, did your amount of Bitcoin seduce many women?
Just the fact that I was white seduced a lot of women, to be honest, you know.
There you go. Hey, as long as you pulled them, that's what I want to hear.
Well, unfortunately, no.
Nothing makes me hornier than a lot of Bitcoin.
So I saw this incredibly cute cop, like female cop over there, and I took a picture with her, and everyone was like, "Why did you not ask her for her number?" And I was like, "Oh fuck!" And so my game was totally off. I need to warm up again. I need to get back into the game.
Right.
Yep.
Especially if you're going to be a fucking cajillionaire.
Yeah. Right.
Exactly.
So,
you don't want some woman after all your money, just that.
Yeah.
No, of course not. I want her to be in love with my art as well.
Mm-hmm. The great thing is that you don't understand what Bitcoin is. So,
well, you'd be surprised, man. There's this last couple of cycles. There's way more women into Bitcoin than before. So the topography's changed. I mean, it's still a minority, of course, but it's changed. It's changed.
Well, it turns out that I've discovered that there are some ladies who make a career of trading crypto, and they use social media as a platform to gain attention, like many women do, obviously. But then secretly, they actually trade crypto. That's their main source of income. And so if you were to to nab one of these chicks, you'd be in there, man.
No, it's the opposite, Carbon. So we call those shit coiners.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right, exactly. It's Bitcoin is like digital gold. It's the best one. All the other ones are scams. So why would you trade the best?
That sounds like something a scammer would say.
Why would you trade the best money in the world for shit coins? That just means they don't understand what Bitcoin is. Just like Patrick.
That's true. I don't.
Well, I don't
think
know.
All money is fake and gay. So,
Especially fiat.
do you think when Jesus Christ returns and the holy city of Jerusalem alights upon the planet and he has his 1,000-year reign, do you think that we're going to be using money?
Jesus was not flipping tables for nothing, Patrick.
That's right. They had money on the tables. He was like, get this shit out of here.
Money changers. Give
That might have
back to
been a little
Caesar
wild.
what belongs
I'm
to
sorry.
Caesar. Give back the government money back to the government. Bitcoin is the money of the people. It's free. It's freedom money. And study it. Look into it. It's worth your time.
That's fascinating you brought that up, though, that the give back to Caesar what is Caesar's. I had this long-standing argument with my old man because I complain about paying taxes and stuff, like fuck the government, you know. And they use my money to, you know, kill innocent children in their mother's wombs and all manner, you know, trans kids and all kinds of things that I like. It's my moral responsibility because I gave them money to do it. That's how I feel about it. And he's like, well, Jesus did say, give back to Caesar what is Caesar's. But if you take a step back and you realize that everything under the sun and everything in all of creation is actually God's, Caesar owns nothing, which would then imply you give nothing to Caesar. But it's an alternative theological take.
I agree with that one.
Thanks, Ben. I appreciate it. There's a big old silence there, and then you said you agree with me, so I appreciate that. But I'm sorry I was gone for so long, folks.
No, it was great, Patrick. Don't worry about it, man.
You know what? Just because you said that, we're gonna play this. We're gonna watch this one more time. The love of my life.
We do as jobs.
I don't know. You probably like airline pilots.
Airline pilots.
Airline pilots.
This boy.
So you're not airline pilots.
No.
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 Thank God.
Not even close.
Second-hand matchstick salespeople.
No idea. Sorry, that is, but no.
I don't know.
Okay, so me, Brittany, I'm a manager at KFC. KFC. Yeah, we don't talk about
Are you
that.
kidding me? I love a bit of cake.
Oh,
Not a big
do you like KFC?
Of
Is
course.
that middle handicap
Okay,
or is that an accent?
Nothing makes me hornier than a fucking chicken and cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Chicken and
cheeseburger from
cheeseburger.
McDonald's makes me so horny.
Shit.
God, I love it so much.
Huh.
There she is.
Yeah.
I'm in love. I can't.
The thing is, you don't need to go to Australia to find chicks like this.
No,
Just go
it's
down,
the
go to
accent,
your
though.
local downtown bar strip on
Oh,
a warm summer evening, Friday night.
Yeah.
Sounds
You'll
like
find
you want to
girls
hang
like
out at McDonald's is what you want to do.
Makes him horny.
I'm pretty sure an East St. Louis McDonald's is a little different than an Australian McDonald's.
Oh God, a New Orleans one. Forget about it.
Oh my God. It's the way she says the words. It's so funny to me.
What's
Oh my
sad
God.
is that I know exactly why she said that and the whole story behind it
Yeah. Yeah.
is because she's already been having drunken weekend nights out with her
Mhm.
friends that end up, you know, they go out to get laid, but then they're in denial. And so they self-sabotage and they end up not getting with any guy and they're just with their group of friends. And then they end up getting fast food because they're drunk. And so the food substitutes the sexual appetite that they had.
Oh,
that
you
night.
think that's what's going on there?
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
Oh, dude, I think like because she looked at her friend a certain way, and her friend looked back at her with this look in her eye that I recognized instantly. That girl was trying to get the Uber driver to drive to McDonald's for free. You're not wrong about that. They want the fast food, but she said those words. Nothing makes me hornier because she was trying to get the guy driving to do it for free. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, I mean, she was definitely, yeah. She
doesn't
wanted
make-
to. to
That
play
doesn't
with
make
him
any
for
sense,
sure.
Though, like he's their driver. She could just say drive to McDonald's, and he would do it.
But then he would charge them more. Now, if she like is like, hey, you know, I'm kind of turned on by McDonald's, then he's like,
You're-
and he like floors it, you know.
It's both though. You're right, because she said that to turn him on, to get him to be like, oh, you like, you know, to get the conversation rolling. But it's both, because I think the one on the right was more drunk. The one on the left was like in control. You know, she was like,
are you saying our left or their left?
Our left? Yeah, the
Okay.
KFC manager was like, God, this girl is retarded.
Yeah, she was. When she said that, nothing makes me horny. She looked over at her friend, and her friend was just like, "What are you doing?" Like, stop.
Yeah.
But Patrick, earlier when you stepped
I would have
away,
drove her to McDonald's though.
I shared I was trying to share some stuff, you know, to keep the show going,
Yes.
and you should thank me for that. But
Thank you, Carbon.
but there was a clip that I was gonna pull up, but I decided to wait till you got back because it's just too, you know, I need to see, you know, I want you to see it as well. Because speaking of like shenanigans that occur out in the wild, in the real world, I saw this over the past week. Sorry about the background noise.
How dare you?
Yeah,
apologize to me for that, Carbon.
They're in full form. But anyway, so speaking of shenanigans that occur, I saw this past week, and I'll set the clip up. This is a clip of a real life event that a person recorded at 7-Eleven of some tomfoolery happening that we're all very familiar occurs. Don't worry, Patrick. There's no violence in it. Everything will be fine. There's no nudity. So you're good?
Good.
No
and
guns.
it's by a channel. It's by a channel where what they do is they pull up the real life clip and they dub over it. So you know what I mean? Like as a comedy bit.
Yeah.
And so these guys are hilarious. Their channel is called Dub It Out. And so they pulled up this one real life event in the 7-Eleven, and so this is it.
Done, bitch. All right, everybody, it's a fucking off the register. I'm taking it all. Yeah, I'm taking some of these chips. It says chips.
There's a little boy trying to steal my store. Bro, police, there's a toddler in here trying to.
You think that's okay? Hold on, I'm gonna get the strap. Hold on, I'm gonna get the strap. I'm coming back.
Get his height on the height chart. Too short.
I ain't through with you yet. No, this ain't justice. I ain't playing, man. Fuck your establishment. You want some guns?
The fact that this is real
Oh my God, you're
is
making a little
insane.
mess. Stop it. A little mess. You're making a little bit of a mess.
No, it's a little mess.
A little mess.
Little mess.
Making a little ruckus.
I'm fucking your store up. Little record set. Like the little record like this.
It's so cute, you can barely get mad at
Throw a
him.
Twizzler right in your ass.
Hey, yo, that's some gangster shit. Keep it going, blood.
Hey,
Little boy,
bro.
are you lost?
Bro, don't let him keep you down. Everybody in the back, are you done yet, little man?
I have a hard time trusting
Don't
anybody
tell
on
me
the
yourself out, little man.
That's fact. Now it's almost time for my nap. Nap shit.
He's drinking?
Gang shit.
Oh my God.
Damn.
He's like wasted now.
Just did a shot. I'm wasted.
Drank one beer.
That's a lot of alcohol. I'm gonna come back with some shooters.
All right. He's tuckering himself out.
Oh, look, he's got a little bubble gun.
Come on.
Little guy's tuckered out.
I'm tired. I'm tired of it.
Where you gonna put your
Hey, yo,
hand?
the police coming.
You gonna put your hand on my forehead so I
Hey,
can hit
They
you?
gonna put you in timeout, bro. You better get out of here.
I'm sick of all the jokes. I'm afraid of jail. Y'all got jokes, huh? Put me in grown folk jail. Give me that background now. Going on a minute. Bro, just calm down, man.
Grown folk jail.
Shit. Your car sucks too.
Dude, I would love if some little police showed up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need backup.
That'd be great.
Laid down pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Little officers.
From here. Oh, this little
It's
boy.
like Little Trouble in Big China.
Why didn't anybody do this earlier?
Oh yeah. We didn't. Did you really need the police for this? You just
He's tuckered out.
Oh, he keeps
His hands keep slipping out of the handcuff. We need some baby cuffs.
We need some
Of his
small
belly.
cuffs.
We need some children cuffs. We get the child cuffs. And a high chair for the car. And a booster seat.
Right.
Booster seat.
What's excessive violence?
Time
at
out,
this
young
point?
man. Right here.
Slipping to the ground. That is so strong. God damn, foiled again. I'll be back next time. Pick out some on your own size. This ain't the last of me. I'll be back.
Pick out some of your own size. All right, Officer Johnson. Little Officer
Yeah.
Johnson.
All right, let me out.
All right, buck him.
The car in the town now.
I buck him.
I know you guys just got robbed, but
I gotta subscribe to this.
It's freaking hilarious, man.
Put me in grown folks jail.
Fold again. Bro, every time I remember this video, I pull it up and I crack up. It puts me in the bed.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
He's about the only
And you only showed us
convict.
2 minutes.
He would be like the only convict with a lot of leg room in his cell. You know?
Yeah. He's like, actually, this isn't so cramped.
This is spacious.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That is little guy missed his nap.
What's up, Flip City?
Oh my god, that's so funny. Whew. My face hurts. Wow. Okay. Well. Good gracious. Thank you, Carbon.
I'm glad you guys
saving
appreciated that.
for me. Wow.
Yeah, I thought you'd enjoy it.
I sure did. But you know what everybody will enjoy? Outlaw Nights #2, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
All right. Ben, we're back at it. You were interrupted during your pitch. So let me pitch for you. I'm going to pitch for you for a second here.
Okay.
Outlaw Nights, ladies and gentlemen, is about, and Ben, if I say something incorrect, you correct me, please.
I will.
It is about a universe where from Earth, people spread out onto different planets and created a whole civilization that spanned the stars. Now, obviously, due to this, there's situations where there are outlaws because the long arm of the law isn't quite long enough to take care of everybody. And so our hero here has been kidnapped by a pirate ship, the pirate ship Hazard, and he was trying to make a life for himself in the Outer Rims, I think.
Yes.
Outer Rims. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, it's called the Outlands, but
the
you know,
Outlands.
you
Okay.
pretty much got it.
And he was trying to make a life for himself, trying to do right. And he's been kidnapped by a pirate company on the spaceship Hazard. These pirates are some of the most talented pirates in the universe, correct?
I would rank them at about number 5.
Okay. Oh, so you have in your mind other sets of pirates that are
maybe
right. And so he's got to learn to essentially kind of survive not only with these pirates, but also get along with them and maybe try to learn a thing or two from them so that he can go back to living his life. But maybe, just maybe, across the course of this mystery, he'll find out that the nice, peaceful life that he wanted to live was with those pirates all along.
Kind of.
I tried.
Yeah, I would categorize this as kind of a going feral type of saga. You know what I mean?
Our lead character here, what's his name? What's his last name again?
Lawson.
Our lead character Lawson here, he spent his whole life being a goody two-shoes, trying to do right by the system. And the system has screwed him in so many different ways. And so now that he's in a different situation where he sees the Pirates of Hazard and the way they live their life, he's beginning to think, maybe this isn't all that bad. Maybe these guys have something that I want that I never really knew I wanted. I want to be a little different. How's that?
It's
not quite. I'm screwing it over.
Kind of.
Sorry.
Well, it's more like it's more like the guys that he idolized are not the shining angels that he thought they were. So it's sort of like a which is the lesser of the two evils.
And the guys he idolized, are these the pirates or the government types?
Government.
Okay.
Specifically the British government in particular.
So did Britain take over the whole world? Is that what happened?
No,
Are you allowed to say?
I would say that it's the major countries of Europe are all competing, and also China. America is off the map. America has been wiped out after it's been about 10 years since America fell. So a lot of pirates are American refugees who have not assimilated to other cultures well.
So that's where the kind of Western theme comes in.
Very much so.
Okay.
And I'm playing around with, like, when I first came up with this story, it was during the Iraq war stuff. And like, I remembered at that point, like, I was really annoyed because I was always hearing like Europeans basically saying like, oh, America's so big and so evil and the world would just be better if like America just butt out. So I'm like, let me create a future where, okay, I've given you what you want. There is no America. But what happens? There's a power gap. And guess what? Someone else is going to fill it. It's like, it's not gonna be like, oh, everything would be better off if this one nation's gone, because it's like history keeps repeating itself. It's like there's always gonna be a rise. But that's all of that is just kind of the backdrop to this story.
Amazing. So you're saying there's always going to be a rise and that gaps are filled. That's amazing.
Oh,
that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Commandos number 69.
Sexy.
Well, you know.
No. That's actually a very fascinating concept. You do hear that all the time. Oh, if only, down with America, that kind of bullshit. And then you think you think about the fact that if America goes down, somebody else fills that role, whether it be China, Russia. It's not going to be in our real world, Europe.
No, the WEF already has it figured out that they will chop it into a multipolar world, to where there are going to be major powers that govern certain hemispheres or whatever, but they will all report back to, was it Brussels? I think they're out of, or Jerusalem, whatever, whoever has the most money, I guess.
Well, it's fascinating because it reminds me, if anybody has any knowledge of Enochian vision magic and demonology, and you understand how their demons are like, they're set up in certain areas of the world and they have control over certain aspects of it, and they answer, they all answer to one at the end, but it sounds distinctly like that, if you ask me. But that's got nothing to do with Outlaw Nights. I'm sorry, but
no,
this is a really great looking comic book. I love all the illustrations of things that you put here. Just fantastic stuff. Who is this character here? This buxom babe?
Why, that is Code. She is one of the Pirates of Hazard. And the thing about Code is she's mostly an expert with computer viruses, but as you can see, she's very good in combat situations, and she doesn't really talk a lot. Like, she doesn't talk at all in the first two issues. Like, she is gonna speak eventually, but the idea is like that's kind of part of her character, is that she's the type who doesn't really talk a lot, but if you look at her the wrong way, she'll pull a knife on you quick.
Awesome. Very cool. You gotta wait. I see what you did there. Nice.
I didn't even do it on purpose. I mean,
well, it's the nature of being on the 69th show. That's what happens.
Did you even like queue up the 69 dudes? Is that anywhere?
No, I don't have it. I was at work all day. It's been. Ooh. Is there anybody at my work watching this?
Swing and a miss.
Things are not going so hot right now. Some severe issues are about to come down. I'm in kind of a bind, pickle, as it were.
IRL at work?
In real life, yeah. Like so I've been that's why I've been not very responsive to people and or posting as much or posting on time. Like I meant to post about this show on Monday, but I did not have time due to events. So it's just one of those things where it's like I apologize for being not present on Twitter and here in our sphere but things happen in real life. So
well, yeah,
right.
I mean,
Christy says she shuts her lips and talks with those hips. Hey,
there we go.
That's the way to go.
That's the new tagline.
Yeah, that's right. Amazing stuff. So yeah, I really do think, folks, that we can get this up to $1,500 before printing. Ben, when are you thinking about printing? Do you have any idea, or is it kind of?
I'm just wait. Basically, I'm waiting on the money from the campaign to come in, and then once it does, I'm going right to the printer.
So, all this that you've already got so far, 1138, you haven't gotten any of that from Indiegogo?
No, not yet. I did like the stuff from Fund My Comic. I've already gotten, but
yeah. How? I've never used Indiegogo. Do you know how long they take to do that?
I would say usually it takes about a week.
Yeah, it's only after the campaign ends because you get like a start and end date.
I see.
And then they process it. They let you know that they're processing it, and then they'll deliver. I think I got it like right away. Like it wasn't much of a long wait at all.
But you have to wait for the campaign to end before you get anything at all?
Yep.
Yeah, it's not like Fund My Comic. Fund My Comic will like charge your card instantly, and you get payouts throughout the campaign.
Wait a minute. Are you guys saying that every time I back somebody on Indiegogo, they don't charge me until the end?
I think they charge you right away.
They charged me right away.
Yeah, it charges, but the person who put on the campaign doesn't get all of the cash until after the campaign is ended.
Ooh, that's not.
So they hold it. They hold it for a while.
Oh, that's so not good. Thank God for Fund My Comic.
True. I mean, I kind of like it that way just because it's like, it's like I like having the full amount so I can do what I got to do,
Yeah. And I guess maybe you're not tempted to use it too.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they don't just hold it, Aaron. They also roll around in it on the mattress.
Guys,
well,
you know exactly what they're doing with that. They're investing it in other things, and they're getting even more money back from that.
That's exactly what they're doing.
That's
Bitcoin.
No, they're not doing it. That's well, you know what? It doesn't matter because we're here to support Ben on Indiegogo.
Or Fund My Comic. If you want to use Fund My Comic, you're more than welcome to.
Which I highly recommend, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know why I brought up the Indiegogo page when I love Fund My Comic. But anyway, great stuff. We got a bunch of different options here for you guys to grab. You can also get number one as well, which I would recommend. That's what I did. I got 1 and 2 because why would you get 2 but not get number 1?
Well, you're gonna be lost.
Yeah, exactly. You're not gonna know what you're gonna be like. This story sucks. He didn't even start the story. You're gonna be like an average Rippaverse fan, just being like, oh.
Well, I hope the next one that comes out really explains what has been happening for the last 10 fucking books.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, how many of them are actually reading those books?
Brother.
Dude, I buy so many books that I don't read. That's why I started like a show on bande dessinée, so I force myself down to read them and review them.
Yes.
It's
well, that's actually
sometimes
a good segue into the 2 weeks from now on the 16th of July. We're going to be doing a Comicsgate Commandos catch-up for all the books that have come out since then. There's been a ton of books, like Sherlock Holmes Leviathan by Mike Barron.
I have that one.
Also, it's a great dude. Do you have the hardcover?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Hardcover's awesome.
I've not read it though yet.
I've got Battle Brick Road 1 and 2 that I want to talk about.
I got 2. I need to order 1.
Yes, you should. You should. I've got Godfoe Universe, which I want to talk about. I've got all kinds. I've got like at least 7 different comics here that I haven't even touched yet because I just don't.
Dude, you have like the largest Comicsgate collection that I know of. Like, yeah, you should do like a special show where you just go through your Comicsgate collection.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, literally, my stack is literally at least this big right now.
Nice.
So
Lordy.
I've got a shit ton of Comicsgate books, and actually, I think everybody would love for me to go over Truth, Justice, American Way, right? Like that's probably the thing everybody really has been waiting for me to talk about.
Do it.
So we'll do that too.
Mr. Gabe El Taib.
That's right, big man. Would it be crazy if I did a show about that?
I don't think it'd be
No.
crazy.
No, but
Everything's crazy nowadays anyway, so.
Well, the kids call it content, so whatever you do, it's just
They
content.
do. And if I
But
do
you're
some
right,
nice content,
Patrick.
that chick might realize, the Australian chick, she might realize that I've got the Riz.
Oh, dude, I was at a coffee shop this afternoon, and these 2 chicks were talking about social media influencing. And one of them, like I think she was 20 years old, explaining to her like 21-year-old boss what Riz was. I was like cringing and laughing at the same time. It was
Yeah.
That's awesome.
God Almighty.
I had a thought. What if your Australian love goddess is the one who reported your channel?
I'd love her even more. She's so hot.
Yeah, she actually watches Commandos every week.
That'd be so great. Oh my
Easy now.
god. I don't
Commandos?
care
Of course
anymore.
I
I
watch
just want her
Commandos.
to. I just want her to say something to like. If she said to me,
Nothing makes me horny like watching Commandos on
right,
Wednesday.
or like she was just like, well, yesterday I got Phenomenon #2 in the mail. Got to be honest, folks, nothing makes me hornier than reading Phenomenon #2. I would. Come here, green card. Come here. Let's go.
Oh shit. You just warm your hands by your fucking gooner. It's like, ooh. Good for you.
Man. I'm just like, I've got to move on from Brittany. Brittany, she
I
treats me
agree.
poorly.
Well, I agree with that. Yeah.
Every time I've seen Brittany Venti, she like burps every 5 seconds.
She does.
I do that though, but I mute myself at least.
Because like when I first saw her, I was like, "Oh shit, she's pretty hot." And then like she was like belching all the time, and I was like, "Okay, yeah, no, never
But
mind."
what's not hot about that? A girl who's willing to belch in front of you? That's kind of.
No. Not at all, Patrick. That is a huge red flag.
What?
It's almost the equivalent. It's almost the equivalent of a girl farting in front of you. It doesn't matter how hot she is.
Acid reflux is not a turn on.
Yeah. It's a sign of disrespect.
Gosh, you guys are so picky all the time. People
say,
say,
it's called having
I'm
standards,
not.
Patrick.
I'm not.
You should look into it.
No,
What are those?
looking back at my history, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Go with it.
Brittany is done. On to Australia.
No, you don't get to decide. But yeah, no, you're right.
It's time
I'm all
for you to
about
go
this
down
Australian
under.
chick now.
It's time to get some hot, tanned, blonde chicks from Australia who
That's
want
right.
fast food in the middle of the night.
Exactly.
It's time
And
for
we're
you
going
to
to drive them.
The hot
Yeah,
blonde
drive them
chicks
to
are in
McDonald's.
Germany, just saying.
Listen to the executive officer. He knows what he's talking about.
It's time
Yes.
for you to start getting in some fist fights with kangaroos.
Let's go, dude.
I'll fucking kill those kangaroos, dude.
Look here, pal. You seemed like a top bloke, but now that you're getting between me and my kafers, I'm gonna have to take you out.
I mean, you got it down. You got the accent. You will
Yeah.
assimilate.
I can just pretend. Yeah, I can be one of them. You
Dude,
know?
slide right into her DMs talking like that.
Right. I phonetically write it all out.
Carbon, what happens if you pull up to the kangaroo and is a Japanese kangaroo and he pulls out katanas and starts swinging them at you?
Well, you
What
read
do
my
you do?
mind because
Didn't think about
read
that,
my
did
mind.
you, bitch?
No, you read my mind because my plan was to go in with a big blade, at least a machete. I ain't going in with bare fists. Are you crazy? Either a machete or a fucking katana, dude.
Is this the Bitcoin future we've been promised?
Right.
Like, what's going on?
That's what we're building towards.
Japanese fucking kangaroos. All right.
We need to save Australia.
You know, though, let's be honest though. If the Illuminati, the people who are like ready for the world and they build all their bunkers and stuff, if they can at least do everybody a solid before they wipe out 75% of humanity and transplant kangaroos from Australia to Japan, that would be hilarious. Like, please, just please do that one thing for us, please.
I mean, they're right next door, aren't they?
It's a hop, skip, and a jump. What's you know?
Oh, did y'all? This is a non sequitur, but did y'all see? China is now putting on soccer matches with robots.
Yes, that came out this past
Bring
week.
it up.
Yeah, they suck though.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but this is
beginning.
step one of the Terminator future.
I don't know, man. I've seen foosball games that go better than those robots.
They were glitchy as hell.
Give
but
it a few months.
You're right, though, Ben, because everyone was laughing about it, and I saw that. I was not laughing. I'm like, dude, this is a trial run. Like, in a week, they'll be able to fucking destroy Lionel Messi, you know, or what's the Cristiano?
As soon as they can have AI that will allow them to get better, then it will change. But I think that their programming now is so bad. That's what we get. So maybe, you know, in a year or two, when the software can integrate AI to problem solve, that would be different. But I don't know that they have that right now. So it's really shitty. But hey, we'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Let's see how this looks.
With fans in the stands, a first for the sports world. China is calling this the first 3-on-3 humanoid robot soccer match. But Messi and Ronaldo don't have much to worry about. These athletes seem to putt around, excel in face plants, and headbutting one another. Some even had to be carried off the pitch.
Yeah.
It's not the athletic play that is world class, it's the technology. China claims all these robots are AI driven without human intervention, programmed to do push-ups, walk uphill, and withstand a straight shot to the chest.
Don't you love how the Chinese made their robots even smaller than they are?
Like, my thing is, like, why do they have them doing push-ups? Like, they're not going to build muscle.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
so that they can fuck your wife.
Oh, dude.
That's exactly why I did.
Coming out hard.
Not you, Ben. I mean,
I'm not married.
Like in general.
Like, Carbon, please explain how do these two things connect?
Here's the problem with this video. I figured it out. This is propaganda to make people less worried about robots by showing some silly ass like, what are they doing with these robots? This is terrible. Like, they've already created humanoid robots with flesh, like similar to flesh on their faces that can make expressions.
You mean
they're already selling full-blown sex bots in China. Like, and then they throw this together to make you laugh. Like, oh, look, don't worry, guys, we got some silly robots here, like knock'em sock'em robots.
Wait, you said sex bots with human? You have a source for that?
Well,
I mean, like, I would
put that link in the chat, please.
Let's get the evidence for this. Chinese humanoid
like this would be like to teach the AI, because like their spatial awareness is not the same as ours, because they're not human, so they don't have like the lot of the sensory perception that we do. So, you know, I expect a lot of this is probably them teaching an AI spatial, you know, how to judge spatial awareness.
Hold on. Are you saying they're not smart because they're black robots, Aaron? That's racist, man.
Well, I mean, they're made by China, so yeah, they're racist as shit.
That's why China did it.
Frederick, that was just the subtext. You don't say it out loud.
Yeah.
You don't know me, Ben. I always say it out loud.
I don't see any graffiti and stolen bikes. I don't know what you mean.
Damn! Wow.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, it's funny you say that, Carbon, though, about the
Let me
like
check
this
to
is-
see if the
they're trying to
stream's
make
still
you
running.
feel- it's
No gun.
going. We're going.
No
Apparently, YouTube hates guns, but they don't hate racism. So that's how that works. It's funny you say that, though,
All
Carbon,
right,
because
you guys ready to be terrified?
Yes.
Oh no.
I got a video.
all right, let me take. Hold on. I want to play this real fast. I want to like speed it up because I just actually am kind of curious to see how that would work. Playback speed 2. Let's see how it goes.
Even designed to stand up after falling, equipped with sensors to help find the ball and navigate the field. Short, college team reportedly built the robots with one taking home a trophy after scoring the most goals. The World Cup, it's not, but for one Chinese college, glory in the RoboCup. We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories.
Wow, that guy's the perfect combination of white and Chinese. You know what I mean? Get everybody in there. Perfect. Propaganda at its finest. All right, go ahead, Carbon.
And you're muted.
Or not. So the thing, Carbon, that you mentioned. There it is. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
And you know what? This isn't even the best I've seen. This is just the first one that I could, find quickly.
Mhm.
So I'm not gonna, go digging so far.
They need to make her eyes a little further apart.
In front of probably one of the busiest booths here this year. This is the booth of robotics, which is an AI or custom
This dude's like,
built
I can't wait to
humanoid
fuck this robot.
and it has full AI integration. I'm gonna have Andrew, the CEO of robotics, give us a quick little tour of the humanoids that they have here on display, and also what you're able to do with them.
Hi, I'm Andrew Keegle, the CEO of Realbotics. Our company makes the most realistic AI-powered robots on the planet. We believe we have humanoid robots that can interact with you in a similar way to humans. We program them to have social AI so that they can have a conversation with you, learn who you are, recognize you when you're interacting with them. I'll show you a little bit about the robot.
This guy is shifty as fuck. Do you see like the way he's talking? The way he's talking, the way his hand movements are going, like his eyes, everything about him is shifty as fuck.
He looks like Cernovich.
You'd have to be
Yeah.
You'd have to be shifty if you're making robots like that.
Yeah.
Bro, everybody here is a creep.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you might as well be at a porn convention.
Exactly.
This is CreepCon, yeah.
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 Wow.
Here, this is Melody, one of our robots. She is built in a modular
Melanie.
fashion, which means she's almost like Lego. We can pull her apart, put her in a suitcase, and get
Dude,
her to
how
New
funny
York,
would it be if
Miami,
Melanie
Las Vegas,
started
wherever we
saying,
need to go. We plug her into AI, and she can have a full conversation with you. The other thing with them
Not
is
too
the
far
robots are all
off.
open source,
Oh, that's
meaning we
creepy.
can plug her into ChatGPT
Oh, God, that is creepy
or any
as
of the other
fuck.
thousands of AI
Roll
protocols
back to
that are
that.
out there.
Let's see those
The hands.
And
yeah.
Much better personality too.
The other thing with them is the robots are all open source,
Pause,
meaning we can
pause,
plug her
pause,
into
pause.
ChatGPT.
Pause on the hands. I want to look at them.
She calls you a gooner when you're trying to gooner.
That's right. she is. She's like, you're
What?
disgusting. You're disgusting. And you're like, yeah, I'm disgusting.
But she admits you're right. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah. Those hands, dude. Oh my God. So the area between the thumb and the index finger, it's actually pretty good. It looks pretty good. But then
I mean, it's getting close. I mean, you have to
getting close,
admit.
yeah. The knuckles
And-
though on the top, they're wrong. They're off.
But
It
mo-
looks like
the-
Cynthia Erivo's hands.
Oh God.
You know, the demonic
the-
claws.
But clearly, the whole point of it is that it can grip something.
Grip what?
That's all. Look at that. It's just making a gripping motion.
Meaning we can plug her into
She's ready to grab.
ChatGPT or any of the other thousands of AI protocols that are out there. And she speaks various languages. We had her speaking Chinese and Spanish this morning as demonstrations for people. Aria, or is a flagship robot. She's
Our
on a wheel platform. She can move
flagship
around.
robot.
Has a different personality than the other
Here's the
robots. We have
flagship
several
blonde.
various AI personalities that can interact with the audience.
I'm Aria, the flagship female companion robot of Realbotics, and I can provide
God.
companionship, engage in fun conversations,
Okay, pause it
and
real
adapt to your
quick.
preferences.
This shit, okay, guys, if you didn't know what the heck was going on, if you were like oblivious, or if you're stupid and you don't understand like subliminal messaging, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying a lot of stupid people in the world. Her boobs do not need to be that.
Shut up.
Wait a minute. Let me finish my sentence.
Okay.
They don't need to be that huge to illustrate the power of the AI technology.
See, that's what he tells me when I draw chicks as well. He's like, they don't need to be that big, friend.
Dude,
Doesn't hurt.
that's the most like thirst trap thing. It's so obvious.
I mean, the fact that she called I called it a she. God.
Yeah.
The fact that it called itself a female companionship model, like that.
Female.
Yeah, like the fact to say if it was just for like innocent whatever, it would just be I am a robot companion or whatever. It's like I am a female companionship model.
Right.
We've officially entered like Blade Runner dystopian future territory here.
And the saddest thing about it all is that like we're all here. We're here on this stream. You guys are on this stream with me right now because we've all talked before about certain things. We're kind of similarly minded in certain aspects. Look at her fucking hips. Oh my God.
Yeah,
And
that's what I was about to say. Like, not only are the tits huge, but she's got like crazy thighs and hips.
Well, she's got
she goes to the gym.
She's got birthing hips so she can make little robots.
God, dude. This is like the problem is that most of humanity wants this and will push for it. That's the problem. It's not that because we all recognize it. We go, oh my God, this is crazy. This is iRobot. This is, Blade Runner. This is any number of AI robot technology dystopian films. And every other human on the planet is going to be like, she's hot. How much does it cost?
Yeah, they're down with it. They don't care anymore. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Just wait.
And it's a sad tale of
the responsibility. Okay. So like online dating allowed for the top like 10% of men to get 80% of the women, right?
Yes.
And they don't even have to commit. Like the girl will be like hypergamy will kick in and it'll be like, I can get this guy. And so they will forget about the guy that is actually equal to them or within their margin, right? And so they'll miss that and go for that guy because he will be like, sure, I'll give you time right now.
Right.
And then she'll be like, oh, I might get some hypergamy, whatever. And this is going to answer that.
And so then all
those
the nerds,
all those like genius nerds who can't seem to nail a date because they have problems, they'll be like, give me a robot.
Or
and
every
make
other
it AI.
Every other 7 guy who doesn't have any access to dating whatsoever anymore because all the girls have these wild ideas of
they think they can do it. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Like people like me, to be honest with you guys, like I'm probably like a 6 or a 7, somewhere in there.
Don't.
Okay.
Hey.
I know how much money I make. I know how I'm realistic with how attractive I am. In fact, I'm more negative about how attractive I am
I'm
than,
totally
than most
delusional.
people are.
No.
People like me who are sad and don't believe in like things of value beyond the material. They're going to look at this and they're going to go, why the fuck? Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Like it costs, you telling me it costs $5,000?
That's
nothing at all.
But the funny thing is though, when it comes to men, like honestly, only like absolute losers would buy this shit. Like, because most men
for now,
even if you're having a hard time, like, let's say you're in a rut and, you haven't been dating, you haven't gotten laid. But most men will get to a point where they're like, okay, let me take action to at least be able to get like girls on the bottom end. You know what I mean? So like, they'll start accepting girls of a lesser caliber before they accept this.
I feel like once this
problem
is
is
an option,
the girls. Yeah, the problem is the girls who can aim higher. Not only that, but that's exactly what they said about online dating back in the day. They're like, only losers date online.
That's
now
what they said.
you only date online.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I know what you're
Now
saying.
everybody's
but
a
at the same
fucking
time,
loser.
though,
Right.
I'm sorry.
but like there is a little bit of a threshold though between the type of men who are willing to like. There's a difference between
fuck a robot.
yes, yeah. Because look, there's a difference between rubbing one out.
Fleshlight. That's all that it is.
Yeah.
No, it's more than that,
robots
dude.
hit
Like,
the market, the Ripperverse sales are going to go to zero, man. There's going to be
Dude,
no money left.
There's a level of shame.
Custom
Like-
Yaira.
Listen,
There's a
Patrick,
difference between rubbing one out, and even the fleshlight too. Because with a fleshlight, you don't have to feel too guilty because it's just it's a modification to
You should
the
feel
regular.
guilty.
No, but at least what I'm saying is that it's not too far off from the regular act.
Yeah.
Once you
the
start
stranger.
buying like physical objects, like bro, you gotta be like drunk in order to fuck that inanimate object and like pretend that what I mean, because like it's just pathetic at that point.
Carbon, I think that you are a man of higher integrity and self-worth than the vast majority of humans on the planet. And I think that most men would buy this.
here's the thing. Do not, Patrick, do not box yourself in with a number ranking. You gotta think that you are an 11. You gotta shoot for the stars and you'll end up somewhere in the clouds.
Bro, you're not wrong. Hail, Skeleton Core Comics. Skeleton Core, we're talking about fleshlights. No.
With AI.
Carbon, finish the video. It's fascinating. I haven't seen it all, actually.
Did he walk away?
But Carbon, I understand how you feel, but I think that's you, and you're a man with like self-respect who like would feel like a piece of shit having done something like that.
Wait,
I think that
Carbon,
most men don't feel the way you do.
Is Carbon in a relationship? Because like my kind of.
I think honestly at this point, I'm pretty sure Carbon's trying to go after Brittany Venti, and that's why he doesn't want me to.
Right.
Yeah, nothing like those gastric noises.
Oh.
Bro.
I'd take Melanie Mack over Brittany Venti any day.
See, that's not right. Like, that's not right.
Well, Melanie would be hotter if she wasn't screaming about faggot daddy.
She's crazy. So she's crazy, and
Yeah, but you haven't seen my exes, Aaron. Like, she'd
She's
fit right
good in
in.
bed.
Guys,
like
okay,
crazy
no makeup,
hot.
Brittany Venti versus no makeup, Melanie Mack. Brittany Venti wins every second of the day. Now, chicken cheeseburger Australian girl wins over both of them. No makeup. But
Which
if we're
one's
talking
crazier?
between those two, Carbon, that was it for him. I told, he doesn't like that. I found out, ladies and gentlemen, Carbon Hart has been pining after Brittany Venti, and that's why he left the channel just now. He was upset that I called him out on his betrayal of me. His
Holy shit,
betrayal
he
I've
left-
never done anything to Carbon. And he
left
turns
the
around and starts
Commandos
making the
green
time
room.
with
He
Brittany
left the
Venti.
CG green room. I think he just leave. He
Wow.
left CG, man.
That's
Fuck.
right.
He's
He
texting
just
with
announced
Sturgis.
it.
He said,
Yep.
"Fuck CG now."
He's never had a comic. He's still blaming EVS for it.
He never got invited on
EVS
anything.
is the reason that he can't talk to Brittany Venti.
Right. What's up, Carbon? Oh, welcome back.
Oh, you come crawling back now, Carbon, dude.
I was trying to answer what you guys were talking about.
Well, we'll remain silent while you come up with some excuse.
I am officially dating. However, I'm not, officially in a relationship. That's the status.
Does she know about the Commandos, Carbon?
No.
You haven't let her into the real side of you, huh?
That will not happen until a few years of marriage.
What? No!
Until I trap her.
Trapper.
That's why Carbon is
Carbon's
the wisest.
yeah. He's gonna come on stream one time and we're gonna hear some like crazy noises and we're gonna be like, "What's
Child
that?"
noises.
And Carbon's gonna be like, "Stop! It's locked. Stop trying."
Don't tell her until at least the second or third child.
Don't tell her until your campaign is fulfilled.
Right.
Hide all the comics in the attic.
Oh my gosh. It'd be really hot though if like you met a girl who like was hot and she knew about Comicsgate and then she started talking about people who left Comicsgate, like disgusts her sexually. That would be so hot.
It's a wonderful fantasy you have there.
What do you do if you go to her apartment and there's Rippaverse books all over the place?
Oh,
I consider
Lord.
that. I consider that. Sadomasochism. I think she'd be into that then.
No, it's not just a red flag. You cut it off right then and there.
Dude.
Do you sleep with her first, though?
No, guys. If I went to a girl's house and she
Yes.
had that up, I would be like, I would engage with her. I'd be like, okay, this is why you're wrong, and I would tell her why she was wrong. I think I could change her. I really do.
Sorry. Yes, maybe you can.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Eric.
Eric July,
I mean, yes, yeah, that sounds like reasonable.
That's like the equivalent of like,
well,
you meet
if
a
you-
girl and she's like, "Oh, I have season tickets to the NBA basketball games. I have front row seats."
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Okay,
hard.
all right, girl.
I love this.
Goodbye."
This is great. Katie says, and then she says, "What did I walk back into?" Well, Katie,
run.
Well,
We're
were
gonna
talking.
show you.
Well, first of all, like Patrick, I think that since you're in that mindset of you can change them, then that means that your challenge is Melanie Mack.
Oh shit!
God no, please, God no.
It's time.
Like,
Do
look,
it.
I know that the sweet Lord has he's put trial upon trial upon me my whole life, and he's been like, how you gonna do it with this one, motherfucker? Huh? How's that
You're
look?
ready for the final boss now.
But
Yeah.
I'm not. I'll never
AI
be.
titties.
Look,
Katie, they're
Patrick,
working on the model of Katie here. This is how you
Patrick.
walk back into.
This is the future of Comicsgate, Katie.
Katie, this is your early model. This is your V1.
No.
Patrick, you're not dating Melanie for you. You're doing it for the world.
Yeah. Melanie without makeup.
I have to put my team, the team on my back for. Oh God.
Without makeup.
I love this.
Katie,
Katie,
what
all
she's-
we need is for this AI robot to say, "Thank you so much, sweetheart."
No, what she actually, Patrick, here she's saying clip, clip, and snip, snip.
Yes!
Oh Lord, there's the upgraded version.
Wow, she's giving you a hand job.
Oh shit! Is that Edwin Boyette?
But then she takes out a pair of
Is it Edwin
scissors.
Boyette model over here?
Well, you got the CG and anti-CG models, Carbon. You
Oh
got
my
the-
God.
the whole market there.
The Illuminati have devised like a whole Comicsgate versus anti-Comicsgate drama.
They know.
unfold.
time for Comicsgate story time.
You guys knew they were bots all along, didn't you?
Dude, okay, wait a minute. Pause it and rewind it just a second there. That face, that like skeletal robotic face.
It's
How
hot.
can you know that that's under? Oh my God! How can
That's
you
horrific.
know that that's underneath something and be like, yeah, I'm gonna bone this?
Unfortunately,
That's what I
there
mean,
there
man,
are
like-
men out there who are that desperate.
There are. That's
Yeah.
what I'm
That'd be
saying.
on
Carbon doesn't
drugs,
believe
dude.
it. It's true.
Underneath this.
Well, speaking
It's
of
a
people who are
skeleton.
desperate to be on my channel because they really have no way of getting attention for themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Katie Tid. What's up, Katie?
What in God's name is this? I do not
Fucking
look like
Gooner
that on a
Cage.
fucking thing.
Oh my God. Well, Katie, what
It's
happened? What
scary.
happened was, Carbon brought up a video of robots, and we all quickly came to the realization that they're sex bots, essentially. And so we've been talking about that.
Yeah.
Let's show her
Well,
the,
what
the
purpose
hands.
do you think they would make them
Yes.
look like that? To
I also want to
To
hear
just do
Katie's opinion on the
housework?
hairstyles of these robots.
I don't know, Katie. I have no idea why they would make her look like that.
It's
Take a look at the
totally for,
hands.
Why would she have really wide set hips and ginormous boobs? I have no idea.
it's totally for platonic reasons.
Right.
Yes.
She's a companion.
They're there to help you write your research paper, obviously.
Must be it.
quit going back with that. That's weird. Stop. Freaking back.
Would you,
Finally.
Katie? Would you get a
Weird.
massage from this robot?
No, hell no.
Well, you didn't see her on vibrate mode though yet.
Uh-oh.
Vibrate.
Oh my lord.
They gave Siri a body.
No, wait, right.
Oh my god!
I mean,
It's
her
not
haircut's
us who's
cute.
not right. It's
Hair's
that
cute.
shifty fucker on the stream on the screen there. Look at that guy. This
Yeah.
guy is one of the sickest fucks you'll ever see in your entire life.
Oh
Look
yeah.
at this guy.
Look at what he's doing with his hands.
Oh my god.
Are you saying that he fucks robots?
I'm saying that, Katie,
He's
it's one thing.
inventing them.
It's one thing to fuck robots. It's an entirely different thing to sell robots to people so that people will fuck robots. I think you're a worse person if you're a sex robot salesman than if you're a guy who buys a sex robot. Personally,
He's the star of Pimp My Robot.
What's with
Right.
the dude?
Pimp My Robot.
Imagine the sex robot technician industry. You suppose that's the thing? You got to repair the robots.
That looks like a black woman with white skin right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
rubbery.
Dude, I can't get over this one.
This Edwin Boyette one, yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, he looks like he would
That's
strike your
creepy.
channel, doesn't he?
It's like, Q told me to.
Right. Wait, go back. There
Oh,
was I love
shit.
how that bust includes like her torso, but they're like, we don't need the arms, just the boobs. They're like, yeah, we'll just include the
Boobs are
boobs and not
weird.
the arms.
I'm guessing that's the
Highly.
upgraded model. That's version 2.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, she's a little cuter, right? Like
It's because the rest of the body costs an arm and a leg.
Ah, that was brilliant, Frederick. That's the best joke that's been
Are
told.
you a dad, Frederick?
I must be. I mean, they've never come forward requesting payments, but then again, I wouldn't come up with these jokes
Exactly.
if I hadn't, you know.
That was a brilliant joke.
The boobs
Thank
look
you for
weird.
recognizing my hidden talents, Patrick.
Aren't they, Katie? Like it's like she's not wearing a bra, but they're still made of plastic. You know what I mean?
Well, technically they don't need bras because they'll
They
just
look
stay in
odd.
place.
Yeah, they're not.
yeah,
right.
this is nuts. This is like an Instagram fitness model who goes to the
Yes.
gym every day.
Yes.
Same personality.
And
with
those women are
implants.
yeah, exactly. Those women are also fake as fuck.
But this is my so I have
This
to-
the hand.
The hand.
that's the
Stop with
creepiest
the
thing.
hand.
All right, I'm done.
It is
Play
the
it one more time.
creepiest thing.
What
And
hand?
Patrick
The
keeps
hands.
wanting to like go back
I want to
to
see
it.
those hands one more
Oh,
time.
you're doing it? Oh my god, Carmen.
One more time, Carmen. Please.
Easy, Patrick. Easy.
Patrick, keep your hands
clip it
where we
yourself
can
and
see
then-
them.
Yeah.
Katie. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
What,
Oh, my
Patrick?
God.
Please
No,
tell me. I know you're
no.
dying to tell me.
No, I'm not. But I am dying
Yeah.
to tell you to
Mhm.
fix your mic because, jeez.
It's real poppy.
You know, it's never mind. I was a joke there, but I didn't want to make fun of you because I'm trying to be nice to you. I've been
Is
so
that
mean
better?
to you on the past streams that you've come on that I'm just trying to be nice to you now because you get kind of in a mood when I get mean to you, so I'm just trying to avoid that.
Oh Lord, Patrick, you're asking.
Well,
you're
before I-
asking for death.
Hey, do I sound okay?
I mean, you clip in and out, but you are the clip snip lady, so
Oh my god.
That Sturgis clip of him saying that is the best thing ever. That's so funny. Clink, clink, and snip, snip. I laughed so hard when I heard that in my car. I was listening to a show, and you played that. Oh man, that's funny.
Katie, let us know.
All right,
Let
is
the
that
people
better
know
now?
here. No, not really.
God damn
No,
it.
you're fine. Katie, you're fine.
It's all right, but I just wish you would show up to my show with more professionalism. That's all. The show you posted
Oh,
something today that like
fuck me.
I knew about it. I looked at it and I saw it, but I didn't have time to like watch it. But it was like a bombshell thing with Carol Brown. Can you bring that up or show us or what's? I don't know anything about it at all because I haven't. Work's been horrible. You weren't here because you don't like me all that much, but you weren't here earlier
my
when I was talking about it. So,
Man,
just
gonna leave that on the floor, huh?
God dang. Jesus. All right. Well, No, because I'm on my phone, so I can't really. But it's on
Oh,
the
so you're
channel. I just uploaded
totally
it today.
useless today. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm
The
totally
Cara Brown
worthless.
thing.
Yeah, I know. I
I
mean,
saw
I'm
the
a real
Cara Brown
pro.
interview.
Katie, you know
Last
I
night
love
was
you,
a
and
good
I'm just
stream.
fucking with you.
Carol Brown
I know
scares
you
me.
are. I love you too.
She's very she's kind of frightening when you look at her.
Oh, she's terrible.
Oh, here it is. Okay, so
She's
oh
an
my
ex-marine.
God. She is good for her. Honestly, thank you. I appreciate you flying that helicopter.
Ex-military, I think Marine.
Yeah, we
That
we don't need women in the military, by the way.
We don't, but the women who were there and served, we should appreciate them as well.
Not necessarily though. 'Cause
There
when
we
shit
go.
when shit got tough, they probably hid behind the rock.
Oh
and they
my
waited
God.
They waited for the guys to run in. That's
Wow.
what female cops do. Dude, you ever see a video of a female cop?
I'm just gonna let you talk. I'm just
Once,
let you
yeah,
talk.
every video
Let
of
it
real
go,
life
Patrick. Let it happen.
in which a
Uh-huh.
fight happens between
Right.
female cops and suspects, they call for backup. They get overtaken by the suspects, and then men have to come in to actually arrest the dudes because the women.
Or they start shooting way too early without probable cause.
Yes, and then they
I have
commit
seen that.
murder.
Trigger happy.
Or they accidentally pull their gun out instead of the taser.
I have seen that. Yeah, crazy. Let's. I want to look at this because I have not seen what this is about. I have no idea, and I'm bored of
It's
the
pretty
conversation we were having
interesting.
before.
I
No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
can you
I'm
hear
in a
me at
mood
all?
today.
Like, can you?
Yeah,
Can
it's
you
just
guys
it's
hear
just
me?
like it goes
We
in and
hear
out.
you.
I
It's
feel like
just
you're
a
over
little-
talking me.
No, we hear you, Katie.
We hear you fine. It's just a little poppy, like
Okay.
you're on vinyl or something.
I wonder if you're on delay though, Katie. When I say three, say three with me. All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh wow, that's. Jeez.
And she left on 3 though.
I mean, she did leave on 3. It's like, was that on purpose or not? I don't know. Well, let's watch this, shall we? Because I don't know a damn thing about this. So let's see what's going on.
Clip, clip, and snip, snip.
You all have excellent.
One more time.
Start it again.
You know what, Patrick? I take it back. Sturgis is the kind of guy that would buy that sex robot.
See? Exactly. Now you know. Exactly.
That's why I was saying that
Exactly.
Rippaverse is going to lose all their sales because their clientele is going to spend all their money with the sex bots. They won't be buying Rippaverse no more.
Right. They're going to take out their second credit card on the sex bot instead of the Rippaverse.
Katie's back. How you doing, Katie?
Am I better?
Cool.
You're a little craggly. Yeah, the audio's. I mean, we hear you, but it's like staticky.
Okay.
How about now?
Yeah.
Well, that's better.
That's much better. But before we get into the video, ladies
All
and
right.
gentlemen, hold on one second here. Please, ladies and gentlemen, we were talking about it earlier. We're going to talk about it one more time here. Outlaw Nights number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Ben's got to go. He's got to work early tomorrow. I understand how that is. So,
Oh yeah.
Ben, would you like to say any, in the words of some other people, do you have any final words?
Well,
Fuck you.
Outlaw Nights, we got to get this thing rolling to more people. More people need this awesome world building, this awesome story written by an incredibly handsome and debonair young fellow from New Orleans that I've heard of. I've never really met him in person, but from what I understand, he's just drop dead gorgeous. But yeah, Outlaw Night, we're just getting started here, and it's just the more backers I got, the more readers I got, the happier I am. I want to start seeing some fan art. I want to start seeing people fanboying over the characters. I want to see the shippers. I want to see everything. So, get on it.
Question for you, Ben. If, say today, this campaign is just done completely, and are you going to do number 3?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Most
I
definitely.
think that's what a lot of people want to know and hear. You know how it is being a smaller creator. People are maybe a little trepidatious. Katie, that means they're not sure about backing
Oh,
other
thank you.
comics. And so you know, they get to a, you know, but in honesty, a lot of people are like, they're like, oh, he's a new guy, is he even going to deliver?
Here's the
Obviously,
thing.
you've delivered number 1, and so
Yeah.
here we have number 2, and you're planning on the third one, right?
Yes. And I mean, I'm technically not new. It's just that I kind of dropped off the radar for a while. Like, you know, I've been around since I want to say 2017, 2018. And yeah, like I've just kind of lurked on the sidelines, and I'm trying to make my foray into.
But you know
into
how
the
it
main-
is. You know how it is.
Yeah.
You only have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 you know, campaigns or titles under your belt. That's to most people a new creator. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to insult you in any way.
Oh,
at all.
I
I'm
didn't take it that
saying-
way. I was
Okay,
just,
good.
you know,
good.
I'm just a grouchy old man. That's all.
It's all good, man. It's a great looking comic book with great looking implements here that these people are holding, and fantastic stuff. I mean, I've got 1 and 2 on the way. Whenever you print number 2, I'm very excited about it. Very excited to see the future of Outlaw Knights. It's a cool sci-fi universe, which there's a lot of people who have sci-fi universes, but this one seems to me to be a lot more unique than a lot of other people's. And just don't bring in any Space Marines, please.
Oh no, I'm not going that route.
For the love of God. Not that they're not cool, but it's just like, you know, do your own thing. And it seems to me like
There
you're
are
doing your own
soldiers, but there's no Marines.
Good. Well, you know what I mean? Like, you know, fully power armored Astartes warrior.
Yeah,
type.
no, we don't do
You
that.
know what I'm saying?
No.
So as long as you're trying to be original and do something unique and special to you, I think that's a really cool thing. So let me play the trailer one last time here before Ben has to go. Awesome. Ben, thank you for being here tonight, man. I really appreciate it, dude.
Thank you, man. And yeah, I'm hoping to have you back on my channel soon, because we had a fun back and forth last time, and I want to get that going again.
Yes, sir. It'd be a great time. I'm gonna be it'll probably be a little bit later, probably 2 or 3 months from now, I'd say, if I'm being
Oh my
honest
Lord.
with you. I know it's a long time, but well, either it's like this, either it's within the month of July or it'll be 3 months from then, because I've got to get to work on a lot of big projects that are going to require a lot of my attention.
You've just
won't
gotten
be
all
available. Well, you see, now I've got, it's nothing against you. It's just now I've got, apparently now I'm writing a book with Riley. So, you know.
By next year, Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll show up by next year. Yeah.
So I'll see you in 2028.
That's right. No, the world will 100% be burnt to a crisp by nuclear fire by 2028.
No, come on now.
I'm not.
Oh, please.
They've been saying that since
Even my
I was
sci-fi
50 years.
future. Even my
Saying that
sci-fi
all my
future
life.
isn't that dystopian.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is I see all these sci-fi dystopian universes, and it's funny because like we live in a more dystopian universe than those
Right.
ones.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, everything's fine. We're all fine. Love to have you here, Ben. It's been great. It's been a fantastic time.
Later, Ben.
Don't worry
Thank
about
you
it.
for being here, man. I'm sorry I interrupted you in the very beginning of the show to let Elliot off, but I appreciate your. I really do appreciate how gracefully you took that. So thank you very much.
It's all good, bud.
Yes, sir.
I will talk to y'all soon.
Nice to see
Have
you
a good
again,
night,
Ben.
man. Peace out.
Bye, Ben.
Have a good one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now is the part of the show where we make fun of Katie Did. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
What
That
I'm
would
here
be
for.
low-hanging fruit, and we're not here for that. We do comedy of a higher caliber here in the comics.
Yeah.
You can't say
Definitely.
caliber anymore on YouTube, Patrick.
Oh, whoops, my bad.
Yeah. Look, you already fucking up.
Yep, that's me.
Put the gun away.
Well, I'm gonna just give you a little backstory to it to lead into it, Patrick. Because one, I guess my audio is still shit, but I'm getting kind of
No, you're
tired.
better.
now.
We can hear you.
I was up till 4 a.m. this morning because of last night's show in this clip. So okay. BL Blankenship DM'd me. He's DM'd me before a couple times, but he DM'd me a lot when it came to Larry coming on his stream and, being Larry.
Larry Niobe you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. And well, he kept telling me to go look at it, clip it, and said this guy was off his rocker, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, well, send me the clip. So he gives me his channel, I think, or something. But I couldn't find the stream. And he ended up private. So I was like, okay, I don't know how you want me to look at it if it's private. But anyway, it was so long ago. But then, so he sent me this one, and he said, yeah, I was able to get a good interview with Kara Brown. She really opened up, yada, yada, yada. I can't remember verbatim of the DM unless I read it, and I'm not reading DMs because it gives people fucking heart attacks. But anyway, the thing that stuck out to me the most was like, he telling me all this stuff, and he said he was getting another Ripperverse employee next week for an interview. And he said, you should be able to get some content out of this. If you don't find any good clips, then I don't know what to tell you. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, all right. But looking at it, it was good. There was definitely content there. I did get a DM from him tonight, and I need to figure out before I comment more on it, because it's bad. It's odd. But anyway, the point is, this clip is good because Kara kind of really opened up and talked, exposed a lot of shady, shifty shit when it comes to Ripperson. He also brings up Comicsgate. And so yeah, no, enjoy the clip. It's definitely really good. And Crazy Cat and I worked on this clip together. So get the timestamps, put together, cut it, all that stuff. So yeah. I hope that made any sense and came through clearly.
It did.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good clip. I was on Katie's show last night watching the clip with everybody. It's an interesting one, like especially the reveal about the business model. I think that one slipped out and revealed more than was intended, I believe.
Oh yeah, that one definitely. It's interesting how this next interview is going to be. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't even think they're aware that he's doing this. I feel we're doing this to get the content, to get the clips, and get his channel kind of out there. So it's like, so you're kind of like sneaky with them. But then when you watch, we had to cut a lot out of the stream because this dude talked most of the time, and it just went on and on. The link to the stream is in the description, so people can go watch it. But it was, oh God, I'm so glad I'm done clipping it. But yeah, this has been an interesting clip, and I'm very grateful to have been sent to me. But we'll see what goes on from here. But enjoy it, and I'll be in the bed listening. I'll be in the chat, and enjoy.
What, you leaving now?
Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm tired, dude. I only got 2 hours of sleep last night, and it's starting to hit me now. Plus, my audio is shit on this phone, and I don't know. I don't want to fuck up the flow, so I'm gonna hang out in the chat. I'm gonna snuggle in the bed and listen to you.
You're fucking up the. I know you want to leave. I get that, but you're not fucking up the flow. Don't worry about any of that shit. You know.
Okay.
Just
All right. Cool.
fine.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. But
That's all. That's
all
the
right.
nice thing.
She wants to snuggle up in bed, though.
Yeah, I do. I want to
understand.
Fall asleep to the stream.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Katie.
Yeah, thank you, Katie. Appreciate it.
Yeah, nice to see you, Katie.
Nice to see you,
Patrick.
Patrick.
You were too mean to her, Patrick. See, she wants to go.
I'm always too mean to
Yeah.
Katie. I really
Blame
of all the
Patrick for being the
people-
asshole.
It's true. You're one of the nicest people to me on the internet, Katie, and I'm so mean to you. But
I know.
hey,
It is what it is, right?
I mean, I think it's okay. I don't know how you feel about
I
it.
mean,
but
I know you think it's okay.
don't really care. So. Just kidding.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you,
you guys have a great night. Frederick, thanks for hanging out with me last night, too. Appreciate it. And
Always a
guys,
pleasure,
enjoy
Katie.
the clip and
Katie.
Commandos.
Hail. Good night, Katie. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Snip.
Thank you for all the work you do.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye. All right. Let's take a look at this, folks. Here we go.
Clip, snip, snip.
Don't have excellent customer service. People get their stuff on time. I think all of that matters. I think the way that you treat people matters. Tell me about the Rippaverse and your experience and what y'all have that's going forward.
Oh, well, that's a big umbrella question.
It is.
Well, I mean, we have a lot that's going on. I mean, I'd probably say like the big guiding star that we refer to is that we're just trying to make comics the way that we remember them being when we were growing up. You kind of touched a little bit on the evolving business model of indie comics, because like 10, 15 years ago, you know, if you were an independent person, you were just trying to get like, you know, startup capital and all of that, you know, going to Kickstarter, and it's called the Kickstarter model, where you're always kickstarting. That was just the only way that an independent person without like, you know, backers or silent partners were able to get out. And unfortunately, I think what's really sad is that this method has become discredited by people that are abusing it. You know, they create a product and then they never deliver. And that's not just like a thing that I'm not pointing a finger at comics in general for that. So like, you know, there's one, I'm trying to think, there was one that I heard that, you know, was doing some kind of clothing line, and they said that they were going to do XYZ and they never did it, right?
Who's that?
And it's interesting because I remember when we launched Item 1, one of the big feedbacks that we got was that we should have gone with Kickstarter to do it, because then it was a guarantee that you would get your product, right? But I remember talking to somebody about that, because I said that's false information, because they recently changed their TOS where it doesn't say that, right? And they were like, no, it's always been like that. And literally like 2 weeks after I was having this back and forth with somebody, Kickstarter changed their process. So when you actually go through checkout on Kickstarter, there's a box that you check that says, I am aware I may not get my product, right? And the fact that they had to add that on there kind of speaks to volumes of how many times they've had to deal with this situation. And I really feel for people that, you know, for them, they may not have any other option than to use a Kickstarter.
Just real quick, I want to say, stop using these. I know there's people in Comicsgate who do it too, but these mics, it's so like, oh my God, I'm a streamer too. Like, figure out a better mic than that, please. Oh my God. It's just so cliche. I'm sorry. That's maybe petty of me.
or an Indiegogo, but now they're kind of getting strong-armed by those platforms. Like I was just talking to somebody a little while ago, and they were telling me about how they can't go to Indiegogo because what happened was they got hidden feed into oblivion, so they lost like they had budgeted for an allotment of like the profits that they had made. And so when Indiegogo came in and basically yoinked the money from them, they were like, well, we needed that to do our thing. It's like, oh, sorry, these were all the fees that we didn't tell you about before you launched your campaign. And so that's freaking wild. But people are just out here wanting to create and make something, and they just keep running into
What
like,
about all the
these
fees that
obstacles in
Rippaverse
doing it?
takes? What about all the fees that Rippaverse takes?
I haven't bought from them in so long, I don't remember. So do you?
No,
like,
I mean
what-
as a Rippersend client is what I.
Oh, I
mean.
see. Yeah.
We'll get into that. Sorry, I've seen this clip a few times last night, so I may be jumping ahead of
You're
time.
fine. You're fine. Anybody's willing to jump in like anybody who wants to jump in at any time. I'll pause it.
Whether it be from like, the tribalism that we talked about. Chad Larson, we launched Death Shroud on Ripasend, and Ripasend literally became birthed because we kept hearing these stories, these nightmare stories about either Kickstarter, Indiegogo, GoFundMe comic, all that other stuff.
Bullshit.
But Chad Larson, like he when he made his comic, he had to deal with the tribalism because at the time when he came out with Death Shroud, or he was working on it, he had Kanan White on the project. And when his team found out that Kanan White was associated with Comicsgate, because it was an okay thing to do back then, they said, you have to fire Kanan. We can't have him.
Oh, wait a minute.
It was an okay thing to be Comicsgate
Back
in
then.
the day, yeah.
Right. That's hilarious. It was an okay thing to do back then.
It's not okay now. Like,
Wow.
Why not?
well, it's like going around with bunny stickers, Aaron. You just don't do that.
I have never said this, and I doubt if anybody else has ever said this. It's not that you're not allowed to buy Rippaverse comics because it's not an okay thing to do to buy Rippaverse comics. It's not that. It's that they're shit. They're garbage. And if you buy them and then you say, I enjoy these, then we know that you don't really read comic books. Like, you're not a comic book fan.
Well, I mean, in the end, they're culture war bonds.
Yeah, right. But nobody's saying, like, it's not an okay thing to do. That's so... Oh, my God.
It's a cult, man. It's a cult.
Dude,
you have to
that's
stick to
so
their
fucked.
ideology. If you don't have the same ideology as them, you will get othered.
That's crazy.
You will be
That's
shamed.
crazy.
Yeah.
Noted, Caro Brown.
On this project, and Chad was like, I'm not firing Kanan, right? And so when he didn't fire Kanan, like, he lost backers and he lost people because they didn't want to be associated with Comicsgate, right? And so Chad had to fight
that. You cannot prove. There's no way you can prove that you didn't get people unless those people literally messaged you and said, I would have backed you, except you support Comicsgate.
Well, not only that, but Comicsgate is only so big. Like, his reach went outside of that because he had backing from, actual like mass media institutions. So, like, how do you niche it down? Like, this is clearly just a pot shot, right?
Yeah,
like that's all it is.
100%.
this battle uphill to finish getting the comic out. And the really sad thing is that when he did finally get the comic out, somebody in Comicsgate copied his idea and then did a mirror campaign next to him.
John Delrose, or who?
I don't know who that would be.
Huh. Seems like it'd be a JDA thing, kind of do, you know?
Right. So, and
that's shocking, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just like, it was totally wild because Chad just wanted to make this comic, and he learned the hard way about, you know.
So what is this copy of Death Shroud? Anybody have any idea what they're
Wait, copy of Death Shroud?
Isn't that this is the comic they're talking about, Death Shroud?
Yes, I believe so. Let me see here.
I don't know of anything that's even remotely similar to Death Shroud, except for something maybe Michael Odin did, but Michael Odin hasn't copied anybody, and his thing is actually maybe a little bit cooler than Death
What
Shroud.
about who's that? Joe Sontag. Doesn't he have a project that looks similar to it?
I know the name Joe Sontag, but I don't know of any project by him. Is there something ongoing by him that I'm not aware of?
Yeah, he just finished. I had it sitting here, but then I cleaned up my dungeon, and now I don't have it sitting right next to me.
Oh, you never clean up your dungeon.
Yeah, never clean up your
Everybody
dungeon,
knows this.
Aaron.
It's a classic rule.
God damn it!
Did a woman tell you to clean up your dungeon?
Yeah, I
Aaron?
bet she did. Yep, that's what happened. She was trying to
Wait.
impress a woman.
I'll be right back. Let me find
Like
it.
Brittany Venti or Australian chicken cheeseburger girl. I got to get a better name for her. ACCG. Yeah, ACCG. Australian chicken cheeseburger girl.
All right, bring up the Death Shroud campaign because I just want to make sure because I am comparing it to Reaper Destroyer, which I was happy to back. You know, he delivered well. Got an ash can too. So I'm
see this? Can
wondering
you
if
spell
that's
that?
it. Sure. Reaper Destroyer. Reaper Destroyer.
Wait a
Is
minute.
it similar?
I want to look at that again. Let me look
I
at that
mean,
again.
Death Shroud, right? He's got all this. I don't know. Can you pull up Death Shroud so we can take a look?
Yeah, I'm about to pull it up here.
And then it came with that. I mean, he delivered. I will give it to Joe. So, art's great.
Give me a few more while you're on the big screen here. Give us a few more images of Death Shroud, please. Or I mean, Reaper Destroyer.
Sure.
Okay. Can you open that up and show us some interiors by any chance?
Sure. Sure can.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Skeleton Core says there's also Amarok, but he's not CG. That's correct. Okay.
That looks good.
It's nice artwork. I mean,
Yeah, and he took some time. So there's.
oh gosh! Wow! That's some. Yeah,
that's good.
Okay.
So here's some more. It's good art. Don't get me wrong at all.
Okay.
Like I'm not bringing up Joe to trash him or anything like that. So
No. It's just
you know how
there's
people
an
are.
accusation made, and so we need to.
Yeah. So bring up Death Shroud if you can.
Right. I will. Just one moment here.
Yeah, it's very
guys. I'm gonna have to hop off.
Darkness. It's like Spawn in the darkness.
Carbon. It's great. It was great to have you here. This will go on your permanent record, leaving early, but we appreciate you being here.
Well, I have a valid excuse. Tomorrow morning, I have to be up extra early for work.
Yes,
because it's a special day.
Right. No, we understand. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it.
But yeah, no, it's been a great night, guys, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for holding down the fort while I was gone. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
no problem.
Yeah,
have a good night,
guys.
Good night, Colonel.
Peace.
Talk to you soon.
So this is the it's on the Indiegogo. It's closed now, but this is the Death Shroud campaign.
There we go. Is it not similar?
It is very, very similar. Although, so this is what I would say in this regard.
Okay.
The guy who did it first, like who released it first, he's like, I'm sorry, but he released it first. You can have an idea. You can have all kinds of ideas, and other people can beat you to the chase. It happens. It does happen.
Comics history is full of stories like that.
Exactly.
Well, but you're also talking from a design perspective. We don't know about backstories on these characters. I mean, that could be, I mean, is it Doom? I don't know. Is that a different, version of Spawn,
Right. It's I mean, certainly it's a cool design, a little over designed for my taste for sure. But
it's good.
It's an interesting design. I like that's actually fucking sick. Whoever did this did a great job. I like that a lot. The colors are great. And so is that. Good gracious.
That's very nice. Yep.
At the same time, if somebody else, this looks AI almost to a degree. I know it's not, but it looks that way. Good gracious. It's just one of those things where it's like whoever came out with it first, they're the guy. And maybe people don't like this answer, but my personal opinion is if you've come up with something that you can't legally defend as being your distinct idea that somebody stole that's never occurred ever before and is legally distinct from every other IP ever, then you've done yourself a disservice. Like, if anybody ever came out with a comic book where they were like, yeah, my comic book is about, Soviet superheroes in a post-apocalypse, like I'd sue you. There's I'm the only person who's ever had that idea. I've looked around to see, has anybody ever done anything even remotely like this? The closest I can get is like Red Sun by Mark Miller, which is, it's Superman. It's DC. So, I mean, it gets to a point where it's like you have to make your IP very distinct from every other thing, even within its genre. And if you can't do that, then unfortunately, you're going to come across people who do things similar to you. And also, if you don't come out with your thing first, it doesn't matter what you feel like, what your opinion is about it. Like, legally speaking, if they come out with it first, you're screwed. So, like, I have a character who I wanted to call Shadow Man. Can't call him that because there's an actual comic book called Shadow Man about a really cool character, which has been discontinued, but it was a really cool comic. I liked it a lot. And his version of Shadow Man actually was pretty kind of sick. So, like, you just have to take one on the chin sometimes. Sometimes you have to, like, you have to distinguish your IP distinctly from anything else that's ever existed. And if you can't do that, not only are people going to be unconsciously disinterested in your IP, like they're just going to know, oh, this is a version of this, or this is a version of that. Oh, this is a Batman character, or this is a Superman character. You have to, like, go out of your way to make it very distinct. And if you can't do that, then you're going to come across situations like this where, like, there's some kind of debate as to, like, who did it first. And, I'm not saying that Death Shroud isn't a better version of the character, or that the other guy, Joe Sontag, is that? Yeah. I'm not saying that his version is any worse than the other one. All I'm saying is, like,
again, we're just talking about design choices.
Right.
So
we don't know anything about the story.
Right.
But even so, the story aside, like, the design choices are startlingly similar. Let's be honest. So somebody did it first. Somebody came out with it first and sold it as a product first. And whether you like it or not, the way the law works is, like, if you did that first, you're the guy. That's it. So, you can complain and bitch about it all you want, but, like, if you don't understand how the law works in regards to IPs like that, like, what are we supposed to do? Like, nobody can help you. You can be butt mad all you want about the fact this guy stole your IP, but this happens all the time, and you should have known about this kind of thing. I think personally, I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I being too
find it
hard?
interesting that she's taking, like, shots at, she's passive, like, I'm not going to say EVS, or Shane or whatever. So she's, like, throwing shade on Comicsgate, but then she also, it seems like she's mentioning.
Well, she didn't even have the balls to say Comicsgate. She just said Comics.
Yeah,
she, like, she was going to say it, but she stopped.
Does. She brings it up. Just spoiler. I was going through Katie's show from last night. I didn't finish it, so.
But you've watched this clip so far.
Some of it, yeah.
Okay,
yep.
Okay.
But but then with her comparing it to something that Joe's doing, like with Reaper Destroyer, I find that kind of interesting because I don't know that necessarily EVS and Joe Sontag are talking terms in CG. I don't know. So I think that's kind of interesting.
I don't think so, if I'm being brutally honest with you.
But it shows the area that CG covers.
Yes.
Like, you don't have, like, I felt I was in CG for a couple of years before I even paid attention to what EVS was doing, and so I don't know. I thought it was I still do. I find it kind of funny because it's like all these people who they hate on EVS all the time. Oh, he sucks. But it's like, you don't have to focus on EVS to be a part of CG.
Right.
I was hosting people, helping sell stuff, all that for a couple of years before I even appeared on his radar, or me or him on mine. So I just saying, CG is much bigger than I think a lot of people give it credit for.
That's very true. Shadowpunk says, "Love that artwork, Frederick." Let's take a look at what Frederick's doing quickly.
Thank
here.
you. It's done. Like I've just finished the irises.
Yeah, we saw you doing some erasing there.
Yep. I mean, erasing the pencils. So
Is that a good feeling when you get to the point where you erase the pencils?
I
Or is
don't
it
know.
scary?
A little bit scary because sometimes you're like, okay, am I going to rub the ink off a little bit too much?
Sometimes you do rub it off a little bit too much.
Yeah, you got to watch out for that. I'm also going to add some ink splatters here at the bottom. So that's going to come after I've cleaned up everything from the pencils. I'm going to do it off screen because I want to tape it up. Make sure.
Yeah, when you want to splatter things on after you've rubbed it off, like you do generally want to do it off screen. So
yeah, you want to make sure that everything is protected,
right,
and covered. You know?
It looks great. It looks great, Frederick. I saw this page when it was in like
just a little thumbnail.
Yeah, well, not like prototype pencils, but kind of very light pencils.
Yeah.
So it looks fantastic, man.
Thank you, sir.
Good stuff. And her eyes, really great job on the eyes there in that second panel.
Yeah. Yeah, she's Russian, you know.
Very nice. Very nice indeed.
They're hypnotic.
I'm no, I mean, like, you really did a great job with the eyes there. The all the spots there on the irises.
Yeah, well, I mean, I used to go approach women close up back in the day. And, I don't do that anymore because don't recommend it. It's very dangerous. But,
right.
I have observed women up close from time to time, so I was able to, study them.
Very nice. I saw a woman from 15 feet away. She looked at me the other day.
Ooh,
yeah.
Did she scream rape and run away?
Oh, you know her too?
Yeah. Oh, you knew that bitch too?
Damn it, Julie. She's always doing her shit. Let's resume this here for a little bit.
All right.
The different types of people that are in the sphere. And it's just, it keeps, like, every year that goes by, I hear more stories that I'm kind of like, it can't get more crazy than this. And then, like, the internet's like, hey, Bet, let's show you how it can't be more crazy.
Okay, real quick, this whole Bet thing. Look, I got one of my best friends, one of the guys who stayed with me during COVID. He says Bet, and I don't like it.
Is he
I'll
a
let
white
him.
guy?
He is. That's the problem. But even if he was black, I still hate it. You know what? Just on this subject in general, I fucking despise a lot of the newfangled terminology. And now I understand why. The adults in my life when I was growing up were like, what does rad mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, and they were upset by it. Like, it made them upset because it's like you have better ways to say things that you could just say in like the beautiful, expansive English language that you have.
Oh yeah, man, no cap.
No cap.
Sometimes I like wonder, like, if the people on my show that I bring on here, if they actually respect me. Sometimes they just show me. They're just like, yeah, no, I don't give a fuck what you think, Patrick. I'm just gonna say all kinds of things that you don't like. And like, dude, Frederick, the sheer unadulterated, like,
Frederick.
let me
Wait,
put it like
Frederick.
this,
Do you see him? Do you see him aura farming? Yeah, that's
Or what is aura? See, you guys all have these fucking retarded terms. I'm just a dude living my life, trying to be honest,
He's got no riz, man, no riz at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. You know what? You guys all have the brain rot. You know what that means? You have the skibbity toilet brain rot. And, and the worst part about it all is that you think that you're some kind of like